And yes, we are live. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are running the Vault. Hands down, the roughest game I've ever run. I love running this game, but I'm sparingly to do it because as much as I like to give woe to the players in the Lightless Beacon, this is like 10 times worse. Uh, it's just bad. And I was wanting to run a Halloween scenario. And I was like, well, of course it's going to have to be dark for it to be a Halloween Call of Cthulhu game. And I was like, what could be better than the Vault? Those who have played it with me, and if you're watching this one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is it's from the monogram editions of the Call of the Chaosium publications. Not well known. It's got a little bit of years behind it, but those who have played it know it's hard. So I welcome you guys and thank you all for playing this, and thank you all for watching as well. It's just we're in for a ride. We're in for a really cool ride. So I appreciate everybody coming and playing. We have a bunch of people here with me. Some of my favorite. Since the characters are kind of couples, I wanted to invite couples to play. So these are some of my favorite couples to play. Minus one.
Yeah.
Minus one, unfortunately, couldn't make it. But yeah, let's go ahead and just start with Bill, who is playing with a substitute couple. So Bill, if you don't mind starting off with who you are and who you're playing.
I'm Bill Paprocki. I'm playing Alfred Waits. Yeah, typically I'd be here with my wife Monica, but she's doing some work tonight. So my buddy Matt Devlin is filling in. He's my wife tonight. Yeah.
Hi, I'll be playing Monica this evening. How are you all?
Excellent. You're missing a little something. I don't know what else to tell you. You're missing a little something. But we'll make do with what we got. We appreciate you coming in, filling in. Absolutely.
I appreciate
Chris,
the invite. Thanks very much.
Oh, no problem. Chris, if you don't mind leading off with your character.
Absolutely. I'm Barry Crow. I'm a jazz musician and a bit of a Lothario.
Yeah, he's what they call Papa was Rolling Stone. That's kind of basically Barry Crow, in a nutshell. Yeah, Sheila, Betty, if you don't mind saying who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Sheila Crow. So I am Barry's better half, the best half, to be honest. And he just kind of hangs around because he gets me into nice clubs. So
yeah, as a musician, he knows all the great clubs to go to. So absolutely, yeah, he does help you with the social scene. That's for sure. Absolutely. All right, Jim, you do Berto.
Oh yeah, so my name is Jim Barrier. I've recently learned that as an individual, I have no value in Matt's eyes, but as a couple, I have apparently some extreme value. So that's exciting for me to know. That's some great TIL for me. I'll be playing Umberto. Umberto is a tall and, from what I can gather, a very fit man, which is odd because he spends all of his time hunched over a desk writing.
Writing, right? Yeah.
He's an author. He's well published in Weird Tales and some other magazines that a collective few people read and have gotten excited about now. He is very happy, though, to be an explorer and out here. You see him often detailing his mustache and making sure that it looks good, straightening his driving hat, and being sure that his nice sports jacket is well kept.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, you when I think of plus ones, you are probably my favorite plus one. Absolutely. But anyway,
well, it's like -1 somehow.
It's better than a -1, right? That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. So yeah, Tabitha, if you want to go with Margot there, last but not
Sure.
least.
Tabitha Samuel here, and getting on the let's pile on Matt train. Matt likes me so much that he waits literally until the very last minute to get me my character sheet. So I'm playing Margot Laurent, a 35-year-old anthropologist. For the most part, a no-nonsense person, has excellent typing skills, among other things. And I am good friends with Umberto here, and maybe it'll lead to something else, who knows? So I'm here for the fun of all of this expedition and seeing where this could lead.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, we have like 3 different levels of couples here in the game. We have Alfred and Cordelia Waits, who are basically like a.
Readers, so
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. We have we have Alfred and Cordelia Waits, who are basically like a professional working couple. They work on things together. Cordelia's an archaeologist. Alfred's an antiquarian. So they work together a lot in supporting each other's fields, and are out a lot on digs and stuff like that. And have like a working and professional relationship. And then we have Barry and Sheila, who are a couple kind of on the rocks, having a little bit of difficulty. I'll be honest with you. One's stars on the rise. Sheila's becoming a well-known jeweler, metalsmith, I guess you want to say, but more importantly, a jeweler. Has her own business and stuff like that. Has a partner, I believe, though. But yeah, her star is kind of on the rise. Whereas Barry's, he's playing the clubs, but not quite bringing in the bread that Sheila is, and
just one more gig. Just one more gig. That's all I need. Just one more gig.
You need one more big gig. You'll get with a big band. You'll get with a big band and get in the big time. Absolutely. So it's out there, and then possibly a budding relationship between Margot and Umberto here, as they all know Alfred and kind of worked with or familiar with Alfred at Miskatonic, where Alfred also kind of helps out and does some teaching and stuff there. But basically, how this all starts, it's kind of a long, convoluted beginning, which I will kind of paraphrase as we read through the introduction here. It's a long introduction. But so bear with me as I kind of hack my way through this. But yeah, it is Thursday, September 15th, 1927. So after many years of work, you and your associates have finally found the site of an ancient Waits family holding. Alfred has found some land grants and stuff like that to his family, dating back to the starting days, here in New England. So for a number of years, they pursued a rumored location of an old vault believed to contain a hoard of gold. It took much time and effort to locate the likely site. It was eventually located at the foot of the Brimstone Mountain in Maine. The nearest habitation is approximately 4 miles distant, and is the settlement of Houghton, a very small community on a road that makes its way through the wilderness in Canada. The nearest large towns are over 20 miles away, like Rumford. In fact, it's mere happenstance that the site was found at all. The connection was only recently made between a large, not entirely natural appearing black granite monolith stone. Of course, every great horror game starts with a black monolithic stone. Rumored to be the location of an old vault beneath black granite monolithic stone seen on the shoulder of the mountain, and a letter mentioning the secret abode of Ephraim Whately being near such a stone. To understand how the site came back into the Waits family, some further explanation regarding the family name is required. For reasons that are not entirely clear, the family name was illegally changed from Whately to Waits in the early 1700s. This is discovered due to the diligent efforts of Eugene Waits some 30 years ago as part of his extensive genealogical research. Clue to what has been found in extensive papers of Isaac Trimble, who had worked for the Whately family in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. It was he who arranged for the fostering and rearing of Thaddeus Whately after the disappearance of his father Ephraim, and arranged for the name to be changed to Waits. and then it's kind of gone on down through the name, carrying the name of Waits. While pursuing the known holdings of Ephraim Whately, Eugene discovered the family held a large property comprising most of Brimstone Mountain and the vicinity. Pursuing it further, it was learned that the property had reverted to the local government but had not been sold. The locals had not sold the property despite. Pursuing it further, it was learned that the property, had not been sold. The locals had not sold the property despite considerable debt due to some strange and foolish superstitious beliefs, and the fact that the land had been leased to a logging firm until recently. Eugene was able to purchase the property for the back taxes after considerable negotiation, threat of litigation, and overcoming substantial reluctance upon the part of the locals. After the acquisition, a fine cabin and several small guest cabins were built on Beaver Pond near the northern foot of the Brimstone Mountain, not far off the main road. This turned into a fine summer retreat for the family and used by the elder Waits as a hunting cabin. The property has seemed a likely location for Ephraim's retreat, but is so extensive that prior searches were for naught. It was only in the past year, during further historical research, that a few unknown letters from Isaac Trimble to his brother James in Richmond, Virginia, were discovered somewhat accidentally during his cleaning an old attic space. Of course, it was full of ridiculous, superstitious nonsense, but did confirm the mystery of a disappearance of Ephraim Whately. Like, no one really knows whatever happened to him. Ephraim Whately, in addition to being a shipping magnate, was a chemist pursuing esoteric studies, and was driven from Salem during the witch hysteria. So he was kind of thought of being a witch and driven out from his home. So he had a family home built in Boston after his dire pursuit was absent most of the time, leaving the affairs of the family in the hands of those who believed it to be his most faithful servants. He had set up a secret laboratory in the wilds, wherein he secreted a substantial portion of his family gold from his shipping business. This is possibly the site that you guys have found. Is what you guys are looking at. This may be the place where he's stashed all his loot. It took months to survey the site. Some excitement occurred early when a few foundations were found in a small vale, half mile or so from the southeast foot of the mountain. Some excavation and test digging seemed to indicate that these were simple homes that did not reveal extensive basements. These were believed to be the homes that were mentioned in a letter of note. After considerable work, a foundation was uncovered that had become an overgrown hillock at the base of a mountain. Excavation of the foundation revealed a number of colonial era artifacts and included several esoteric items. Among these was a small size furnace, a number of flasks, some condensers, a crucible, a calcination bowl, other things like that. It was an assortment of these other facts that seemed to be related to the alchemical process, seemed to be like what Whately was all about, that he, when he retreated into the hills. Sadly, the locals seemed to bear the long memory of some past superstition regarding Ephraim Whately, and the odd, distorted tales are still told of the sorcerer and the doom he brought upon some of the local folk. These tales mostly consisted of some craven nonsense about wasting illnesses, curses, the howling of dogs, the evil eye, robbing of graves, etc., etc. As a result of this, no help really could be obtained from the nearby folks to clear the site for initial excavation. You guys had to hire outside contractors to do a lot of the grunt work, which I believe Margot was sort of investigating as an anthropologist. She was looking into the local area, and everybody was really tight-lipped about what was going on. and I found it very odd that you guys could not get anybody to to hire to pick up a shovel or something like that. You did get some outside help to get that done. The cost to clear the site was high enough that only a rough track was cut, limiting the equipment that could be brought in. Blasting was kept to a minimum to avoid the collapse of the vault itself if it's still intact down there. Further, the local vendors were recalcitrant and difficult. They didn't want to sell you any items. You didn't have to go to the next town to get stuff like that. Seemed like the moment of revelation would never come, but finally, after all the time and effort, the moment has finally arrived, and you've dug down a long trench under the mountain, and you arrived, and the doors are waiting. Most of the digging crew has been dismissed. It's getting towards the evening. The foreman Harry Granby and two of his most trusted crew, John Palmer and Ed Miller, remain above with additional tools and a stock of crating material, waiting the completion of the initial exploration. The word that has been given to the workers is that the vault is being opened due to antiquarian pursuits. You have gathered before the great stone door, and now you're ready to discover the fabulous treasures that lie within. Your pulse has begun to race as the moment dawns. So yeah, you're literally like at the bottom of this long tunnel that you dug at the base of the mountain. You're probably going down a good 40 feet down a small little tunnel that's big enough for like one of you to go down at a time. So you're all like in a line. There's a very small little ante room that you've dug out, just big enough for all of you all to kind of stand around in. And yeah, there's a big set of big stone door that basically the workers are working at with some crowbars and stuff like that, trying to get worked free. And you guys are down there with your flashlights. Basically, you got what you got on your character sheet. Everything that you got on your character sheet is it. That's all you brought down with you. That's all you got. That's all you're going to have. So as you're down there, pardon me. So you're down there. The guys are working on a door, and it's kind of like that scene from Indiana Jones when they're lifting up that big granite stone, and like the air is rushing out, like the dusty air is rushing out from the stone, and everybody's got all excited and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, like from above, back behind you in the tunnel, you're hearing a lot of shouts and angry shouts and screams and a couple gunshots from what's going on. There's seems like there's some sort of commotion going on, back up at the top of the tunnel entrance. And Margot, you're able to actually recognize a couple of the voices from people being in town, and they're screaming, don't open that, it's curse of the weights will be on the village if you open that, and they're screaming, and workers are trying to stop them from getting any closer, and again you hear like pop, like a couple gunshots, and then all of a sudden there's an explosion, like not too far from like the tunnel entrance, and like the rocks and stone and earth and stuff is getting loosened up in the tunnel. So you're like literally like the explosion at the top is literally causing a cave in the tunnel that you guys have dug through. So as they're opening up this the door, they're basically like the workers are like shoving you guys through because the tunnel entrance is caving in on top of you guys. So right now I need everybody to make luck rolls as they just ball ass through the door. We're in no particular order. Everybody just kind of jams their way in. I need everybody to make luck rolls to see how well you make out getting through here.
Okay.
I fail.
You fail? Excellent.
We're going under, right? Luck?
You want under your luck.
Oh, I pass.
Excellent.
I pass.
Excellent, Cordelia. How about Barry?
I pass.
Jim? Oh, Bert,
sorry.
yeah.
27
I
made
passed.
it.
Yeah.
61. You need to see it. 61 on the 70.
Oh, we're fine. We're fine. I trust you. So, Margot, how'd you do? Sheila? I know Sheila did okay.
I did good. I did a 53
Okay.
on a 90.
So the only one that failed was Alfred?
Yeah.
Of course, the only one who failed was. Yeah. All right. So roll me a d6, sir.
2.
2. So you got 2 points of damage. Some like you sprained an ankle. Not bad.
Right.
It could be a lot worse. like a heavy rock, landed on the back of your leg as you're scrambling in here, and it's heavily bruised. You're kind of like Betty over here. You're not really sure if your ankle's really broken or just sprained.
Could be,
Could be. So yeah, you're in this room, and it's very. I'm sorry. Somebody say something, or is that just my echo? I think that's my echo.
So what's the light situation like? Are we all
the light situation is like your flashlights. You're looking around. It's like a little bit of like a disco show, a kaleidoscope of like flashlights. I think everybody here has a flashlight, so it's like everybody's got. You had them out down here anyway. At the stone door, there was no light brought down here, so it's like it's literally a kaleidoscope of flashlights. Like everybody's scrambling, trying to figure out what's going on. And Alfred's kind of limping away. He was actually like the last one to get in. You were trying to make sure everybody else got through too as well, Alfred. And like the workers pushed you in last, before them. And then you're looking back behind them, back behind you, and like the passageway is completely caved in. And there's like one hand that's like reaching out of the sand. I mean of the dirt, and it's like this, and then just falls.
Oh. So I'm gonna run over and grab Alfred by the elbow and come on, big boy, you're not gonna leave me here by myself. Come on, let's
go. So sister's helping Alfred there. Good job. Yeah.
Hey, I've got a small first aid kit Umberto pulls out here. I'm not the best with it, but if somebody can help patch up his ankle with this.
Oh, I thought you were Superman, man. Come on, you're good.
Yeah, but my skills are more esoteric.
Here, sit down, Alfred. You just sit down. We'll get you patched up.
So you sit down, and it is like a carved stone kind of floor, and you're looking at it, and it is kind of like it's really weird, like like carved stone, like entranceway. And it goes further back. It spreads back probably about another 60 feet. It actually gets beyond like the light of like your flashlights.
I'm going to go ahead and while they're taking care of that, I want to kind of just creep down maybe about 5 or 10 feet and keep shining my light down there a little bit farther. See if I can see down farther.
Got it. So you got your flashlight and you're looking out. Actually, it's saying it's not a spot hidden because you're actively looking. and it's easy enough to see. So and actually everybody kind of hears it as well. Make me a listen roll, please.
So that's a success, normal success. 39.
39? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So everybody who makes their listen rolls, like you can hear like. And those that do can kind of make everybody else kind of focus on it. Like Berto's in the middle of like wrapping up Alfred's leg, and you hear like old horror story like rusty chain rattling, like that. You're just like the creepy sounds that you hear on the records, back in the day. Just ching ching ching. The hollow, rusty sound of like a heavy chain being moved. And you're like, what?
As Barry is actually going down and starting to look at things, I examine the floor and make sure we're not stepping into something we're not supposed to.
Got it. And the floor looks fairly even and level and carved. Like there's no obstacles in the way other than the debris that you've brought in. It's kind of, but there are columns like throughout the chamber, so you see it is supported. Like this chamber itself looks really sturdy, it looks like it's been here a couple of years, not going anywhere anytime soon, kind of a deal. So you feel like you're in a safe space as far as that goes. Structurally, it looks cool. So yeah, good job. But yeah, you're hearing like this really weird chain rattling, and Barry, you see like the remnants of a man. And when I say remnants, I mean like. There's some very ancient, raggedy clothes covering this very desiccated body that's moving. And like a shuffling sort of short of the gate. I need you to make me a sanity roll, please. Sanity check.
Yep. I made it 26 out of 70. Yeah.
Excellent. You still lose one because creepy old dead guy is coming out this way to you, and he seems to get like he seems to move like about a foot, and then he stops short, and then you hear like that chain rattle, and it looks like he's chained to the wall, the back wall. He's chained by the ankle to the back wall.
I got some bad news. Cats and kittens. It looks like we got a mug pinned up to the wall back there, and he don't look too healthy.
Yeah.
This place hasn't been uncovered in eons. There's no way. What is it? A dead body?
One of the locals made their way down.
I ain't never seen no dead body move like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go and take a look, Matt.
All right, so you go forward, make a look. Absolutely, and you see basically what I just described to him. I need you to make sanity check as well, and he's mumbling something under his breath, and making like some weird gesticulations. These long, bony, emaciated fingers. As you're looking at him, make me that sanity roll, please.
I made the sanity by quite a bit.
Excellent. So you lose one. Margot, as you're looking over to, give me your Latin roll.
I don't think I speak Latin, which I thought was odd.
You have Italian. You have Italian,
Greek,
right?
French, and Italian.
Yeah. Give me your Italian. You might be able to crack a little bit with Italian.
Not even close.
Not even close. Yeah. Okay.
Matt, am I within hearing range?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Anybody that knows a little bit of Latin can hear what he's saying.
All right.
Not even close.
Got it.
I got a 26 out of 61 for Latin.
Nice. Good job, Cordelia. Yeah.
Yeah, success.
Got it.
Regular success.
So it sounds like he is calling for something. He is asking for something to appear. He's making some sort of a mention for some sort of thing called Yog-Sothoth to appear. And you're not really sure what this Yog-Sothoth is, but he's asking for it to come. Like Yanaga Yog-Sothoth, master of the key, master of the way, please appear. That sort of a deal. And it's like he keeps repeating like the same sort of thing. And it's about that time, Margot, that you're like looking around again at the room and you're noticing there's this large like carved circle in the middle of this room, this big room. It's probably I want to say it's about like 50 feet wide by about 70 feet deep. They're going down this way.
But there's like hobble on over there if I can.
Okay. Yeah, you can. So yeah, you guys will notice like right in the middle of the room, there's like this big circle carved in the stone. And you're taking a closer look at like some of the other sides of the pillars that are around. Like there's like some chains like clamped onto the pillars that makes them look more like pillories. Or like this room is some sort of torture chamber. There's like remains down at the bottom of the pillars, like that long since rotted away. You might be able to pick an odd bone or tooth or two out, but it's like a heap of mass, at some of these columns. So everybody make a sanity check as you're realizing you're in basically like a very ancient torture chamber.
Made mine.
Passed by a lot.
Okay. Alfred, did you lose again?
Yes.
I passed.
Nice. Alfred, roll me D4, please.
I failed.
D4. D4, please.
Can I make an archaeological roll?
Yes, you can.
Is it just one D4 sanity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost one as well.
33 out of 65.
Okay, what are you asking about?
Just the to inspect kind of like the pillars and if looking for any kind of like writing or any kind of indication civilization that may have related to this?
Got it. You're not seeing any writing. You're seeing a lot of claw marks along the pillars. Where people are obviously trying to, are in pain and clawing into the rock with their fingernails. So it's pretty gruesome. It's really rough. So this thing is, this thing is up against the wall. Is like against the far back wall, and you notice like there's these two very stout doors, like iron-bound wooden doors on either side of him. He's like in the middle of the back wall, chained to the back wall, and he's like trying to pull at the chain, and he's muttering this thing. So now you're noticing as he's doing this chant, like this circle, it starts to glow. This circle in the very middle of the room that some of you are around, some of you are in, is starting to glow.
So is he?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the circle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out of the circle too. Just in case I was ever in it.
I'm gonna walk over.
Success, by the way, as I turn to my wife and say, "My dear, look at this. Something your science cannot explain. My pursuit of the occult is not a silly, idle hobby."
We can argue about this later. I'm sure there's an answer. We'll find it.
Nice.
Hey,
Oh my
Matt,
I mean,
Not
I
now.
in the circle a bit, but yeah, it's hard success.
is the guy that's muttering? Is he nothing but skeleton, or is there flesh?
There is flesh, but it's very emaciated, very desiccated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, I don't know what you're making a big deal out of. There's an easy way to take care of this. So I'm just going to walk over to him and shoot him.
Okay.
So she pulls out this 38 semi-automatic out of the small of her back. she just goes pow pow. Nobody else here is armed. I don't think Sheila is the only one that's armed.
I'm gonna take my flask.
I'm gonna lean into my wife and go, "When do you start carrying a piece?"
about the same time you started cheating on me, motherfucker. But anyway,
if you paid attention, Barry, I've carried it for a while, but you have to look at me to notice things. So,
so let me reiterate. Sheila is the only one that's armed.
I don't understand what's going on here. Can someone fill me in on that? Who is that? Why are we shooting him? How did he get down here?
I'm sorry, very, very happy that I'm really good friends with Sheila.
I don't. By the way, I had a hard success on my occult roll. Do I know that this is like a zombie or something like that, or
some sort of undead thing? But it's not. It seems intelligent because it seems to be reciting something in Latin. It's doing better in Latin than most of you.
I excitedly relay to everyone. Oh my god, this is it's some sort of undead. I've read about this thing.
What?
It's
just mumbling some nonsense. Someone's obviously caged this person down here.
I just wasted 2 bullets.
Make your shot. Make your shot. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah. I guess I got to do that. Hang on. Let me get my roller up.
Yeah. It doesn't work just because you say it.
What is this dice roll you want me to do?
What is this dice roll?
I choose to be successful.
Where is my character sheet?
It's not like that's what Tabitha just said about 15, 20 minutes ago. Yeah, about 45 minutes ago. Where's my
character sheet?
Which one?
Pardon me.
Give me just a second.
So while you're shooting and trying to figure out how to turn the safety off, while that's happening, like you stepped out of the circle and just walked up to him, just went pop pop, kind of a deal.
Yes.
So now this is how guns work. You can shoot 1 normal, or you can shoot 3. The first one you roll normal, and the following 2 are at penalty. You have to roll twice and pick the worst. So your choice. You can take like 1 aim shot, or roll 3, but the other 2 are going to suck.
I'm just going to do 1.
There you go. You just walk up, pow.
All right. It's a regular success.
Excellent. So you shoot him. Roll me that. Is it a D10 or D8?
It is a D10.
That's what I thought. 38. So yeah.
Yeah.
So roll me that D10.
I rolled a 9.
Excellent. So yeah, you shot him like center mass, just like you've been trained by that really good looking guy at the instructor range.
Hank.
Hank. Decent looking guy named Jonathan. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. Could be a good backup. I'm just saying. You take a shot like a center mass, just like you've been trained to. Pop, and he steps back like more from the impact of the shot than anything, and it's like a puff of dust comes up from his chest. And I mean, just as soon as you're doing that, and you're not sure if it's because you did that or because he stopped talking, but something is forming in the middle of that circle. It's like basically just like materializing out of thin air. This big globular mass that's probably about, I want to say, about a good 8 to 10 feet in diameter, just like a rolling mass of eyes and tentacles and some sort of gelatinous sort of pudding.
Get back. You can put that into better use. Come over here.
Yeah.
Some sort of a or anything, or is it just a circle?
Sorry, it was just a circle, like carved into the ground.
I'm going to try to pick some of the stones in that circle down.
Okay. All right. So you're reaching out and doing that. Just as you're doing that, like this long pseudopod tentacle thing, like shoots out from it and goes to like touch you. You can dodge if you like. You can roll your dodge.
I'm going to try to dodge.
So basically, you roll your dodge, I roll my attack. Whoever gets the better chance makes the contact.
99.
99. So you reach out and try to shake hands with it.
The anthropologist in me wins over.
Exactly.
Totally loses.
Exactly. So yeah, so I'm sorry, Margot Loren, how do you do? But literally, like it like wraps around your arm, and like one of like the suckers like launches itself into your arm, and like bites your arm for 2 points of damage.
Jeez Louise, do I start glowing?
No.
Hey Matt, I'm going to attack the pseudopod with my flashlight.
Got it.
No, let her go.
So go ahead, make your swing.
The only thing I have is unarmed. Am I okay with that, or do you want something else?
Brawling is just brawling. Yeah, brawling is fine.
I am going to make that, and I'm going to make that actually with an extreme success.
Nice. So I'm going to make that 1d4 because it's not really a club. It's a flashlight. Make it a 1d4 plus your damage bonus. So it's going to be 4 plus your d4 plus any damage bonus if you have any.
I do. So I actually do 10 points of damage.
Excellent. So it's like it's like you really beat the shit out of a tire. With a flashlight. It's like you clubbed that tire like no tomorrow. Just bounced and thudded and just like
get my workout in.
Yeah, this rubbery kind of like tentacular mass is all around her. You're just like, bam! It's like if this was flesh and blood, you'd be breaking bones. But it's like this rubbery mass that you're just like, thud. Yep.
So it is not letting go, is what I'm hearing.
Not really. No. Anybody else doing anything in this one round?
Can I try and repeat the Latin that I heard, but in reverse?
You can. Make me your Latin roll.
Oh, a terrible failure.
All right, so you're trying to remember go away instead of come. And you can't remember go away.
Good idea. I'll try the same.
All right. So you're trying to help out.
96.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Oh,
Let's go away. You're like, if it was only 2021, I could Google up "go away" in Latin and we could do this, but I can't do it. Damn it! Damn you, 1927. So yeah, Sheila shot Barry. Is there anything that you were trying to do?
Right. I'm looking for an exit. We're looking for other doors.
There's doors.
You see
There's
these
door.
2 doors to the left and to the right.
Okay. I'm looking at Sheila and asking, left or right, babe? Which way are we going?
Out the door. Out the door. Out the door.
Out the
There's
door.
a door to the left, door to the right. But the way you came, it ain't happening.
Right. 2 doors. Left, right.
Left?
So you're trying to go. So you go into that door, and it's like all rusty and iron bound and like padlocked, and you're going to be a minute. So you're just now getting to it, and you're like, looking in it like, yeah, this is all kinds of bad.
Wait, move out of the way. Let Mama handle this.
Hang on. No.
She got an answer for everything, Bill. Prayer, you need to watch out.
Now stop for a second. I did bring down a couple of tools here, and I'm going to pull out my needle nose and my screwdriver, and I've got a less than savory background. So can I see if I can maybe, is it locked? Can I try to pick it a little bit or try to
Honey, try these. Try these.
And she pulls out her set. She pulls out
Well, somebody's ready for action.
Clearly.
She's a
Clearly.
yeah. I don't know what else to say. But
this dame's making me look like a pushover is what's happening. So I get it.
Well, it's not a lot of work. It's not a lot of work. I'm just saying. It's not hard. So everybody's basically acted this round, I believe, tried to do something, and it just wrapped itself around you, and you see like this like pseudopod full of suckers and little microscopic teeth just latch on your arm, and just as soon as it did that, like it lets go and starts to go back, and it coalesces back into the middle of the circle, and just when everybody's exactly. You thinking it's the flashlights? I had enough of that flashlight, right? And it coalesces back in the middle of that circle, and just as soon as it came, it fades.
Do I feel any different?
Yeah. That arm where its bit you is stinging.
Yeah. Okay.
That
really hurts. That doesn't feel very good right now. Does anybody have something for this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, but do we make sanity checks for this? Or?
Yeah, sanity.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
for that thing.
All right.
All right, I made mine.
Honestly, I'll let you guys roll twice and pick the better because it happened so quick. A lot of you even doubt that it was there. You think it might be some sort of hallucination. A lot of you. It was there. Yeah, it left its mark.
Pass.
I passed barely.
Okay.
Well, I passed really, really well on the second one. If grades matter at all.
Yeah. No, grades don't matter. If you pass, you lose 1. If you fail, I need you to roll me a d6. Did I hear somebody fail and rolling a d6?
You're my cat tripping over a D4.
Oh, she's like, oh no, you failed, Dad. I don't want to tell you.
I was like, this.
Cat looks at you, just rolls a d6 for gives you the stink eye. So you're looking. You're like trying to. You're over there like trying to pick that block, and the guy that's chained up to the wall. He's not too far away from you. He's coming and rattling over there towards you at that door, and he can't quite get to that door. He's again held back by that chain, and he's hearing you guys screaming at each other and talking to each other. Let me get this, let me do that, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. And he starts mumbling to you guys in a broken like very old English. Yeah, he basically he looks at you two at the door. He's like, "Stop! Whatever you do, don't go in that door. don't
Fascinating.
get in that door."
I'm
The
gonna grab
undead
Sheila,
and some sort of
yeah.
otherworldly creature. This is
I'm
amazing.
gonna grab Sheila's hand, stop her from doing it, turn to him and go, "You need to spill it then. Where do we need to go?"
and I'm kind of going into his monologue. He has this very broken kind of a speech. He says, "I would say thee well met, where the circumstances not so. I beg thee to forgive my weak and pitiful state, and the horror that I have wrought under duress and agony. I say unto thee, the sorcerer Whately is a merciless tool of the devil, and brings hell to the very earth. Come and speak unto me, but where thee do not work free the rusty bars and chains that I wear. For Sir Kenelm Digby has been called forth from the dead, and been made through vile torture beyond imaginings to become a tool of the true and boundless evil. It appears that thee are amongst the living, and by thy strange garb it is a long time hence, since the foul one did call me up from my grave. Tell me this, brave souls, what is the year of our Lord and its month and day?"
1927. What's the day? I forgot. I didn't write that down.
I think it was September 17th, something like that.
15th. It was a Thursday,
15th?
September 15th.
15th, yeah. Excellent. So, yeah, he says, "What strange marvels thee might speak of to me, if all was not as it is, for my will and mind hang on the thinnest of threads. The lucidity that thee perceive is but illusion. I say unto thee, mark me well, for time is fleeting, and he rests of need, but shall be back to torment thee and me who are at his mercy. It is the foul wizard Ephraim Whately, and no longer has he simply a body, but is a potent spirit with an intellect and will sharper than the most sharpest of razors, and and hate hath made him strong. I will tell thee all I know, with a promise upon thy honor, and upon the Lord our Redeemer, to slay me as quick as thee are able, that thee shall put me to rest by means of decapitation and dismemberment, or by reduction of my essential salts, that further thee shall immerse my body in aqua fortis or other substance, that I may never again be called up, and may finally go into judgment. Thou shalt swear to act as I have specified once I declare thee and have spoken to thee, that all I may. Mark thee the time, and decide quickly, as the sands do run fast in the glass."
So we've got to decapitate Hamlet here in order to defeat what I'm hearing.
He'll tell you everything he knows.
I don't know why this is a sudden deal that we're making. I think we place. Hey, Matt, can I make a literature roll to see if I can time period this guy's speech?
You can make a history or literature, yeah.
Okay. What is my? So, I got a success on either one of those.
Got it. So you're remembering something of the history class of this Sir Kenelm Digby. You're remembering something of him. He was a true Renaissance man of his time, I guess. Basically, did a little bit of everything. He was a scientist, a writer, a pirate. Worked throughout the Caribbean, kind of a deal, and was known to have settled in the New England area, and write on some very sort of very mysterious sort of works of what science, again during the witch scare. So he was kind of shunned as well. So you're placing him. You're like, I know something about this guy. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, and the time period's right. Like the the time where he is talking about.
So I just address him. So you're claiming to be, didn't catch the first thing, but Digby, the adventurer and occult writer from whenever?
Yes, it is I. And he'll talk about several things that he has written and things that he has done. That matches up with what you remember. You're like, this guy seems to be the guy. It's kind of blowing your mind. You're talking to zombie.
You've been down here for so long without food, nourishment, light.
It is through the foul magics of Whately that I am here in this eternal prison.
Yes, he's one of the.
He was known. You think he died in like the mid 1600s, like 1660s or something like that. What did you just make a normal on your history, like a normal success?
I just made a success.
Yeah, he was like born in the early 1600s, died in the mid 1600s. But
He'd be 350 years old easily.
He says by the reckoning of the date that you gave me, yes, I believe you're correct. But yeah, he was like a privateer, naval administrator, astrologer, alchemist. Yeah, again, true Renaissance man of his time.
Alfred, did he just say that your ancestors responsible for this?
Well, yes, it sounds like it. I was hoping to not bring that up in front of him.
Kind of holding that back here in my hip pocket, but yeah.
I'm gonna unscrew my flask and take a sip, and then offer it to Alfred.
I'm gonna interject. I'm gonna grab it first. I'm gonna grab it.
Nice.
So while my body's still here processing this thing, talking to us, my brain is still going with, what the heck was that tentacle thing?
Yeah, the thing that grabbed me.
Yeah. So, have I read about this, heard about this before? What was that thing?
You have no idea what that was. You're underground. You're not in your normal element. You're not an archaeologist. You've never run across, but you've never heard of Sheila. I'm sorry, Cordelia or anybody mention anything like this, on a dig. so like, where did this part come in? where did Jello monster with eyes and teeth come in and just grab you?
Boston, actually.
Is this normal, like, archaeologist stuff? I mean,
no, not really. No.
I mean,
absolutely not.
Sheila's obviously watching Indiana Jones because she's the only one that comes down here with a gun. Because that's how you do archaeology.
I mean,
you come down with a gun.
Chicago are not safe. I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah, he asked. Do you agree to his terms?
Yes. Well, we will gladly cut your head off if you know what's going on here.
We will.
Sure.
Raise your hand if you got a knife.
I mean, it won't be pleasant, but yeah.
Sorry,
There's nothing on my character sheet, so do I have nothing with me?
You don't have anything on yours?
Nothing.
On your equipment?
I don't either.
Did you print the back off?
Did you print the back?
I'm just looking at the PDF.
Your gear in possession.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
It should be gear in possession. Should be gear in possessions.
I'm
not seeing anything.
Nothing on my gear in possessions.
You don't have anything on yours, gear in possessions?
No, mine's blank.
Zero.
Got it. Give me just a moment. I will get yours down here real quick. Give me just a moment.
Because you see, in order to cut someone's head off, we got to have something sharp or saw-like in order to take care of that.
So
I mean,
We do have a Miss Trigger Happy, just saying.
well, so if we're searching through things, I actually have a pocket knife, but that hardly seems like the way to go. I use it to cut my cigars.
I mean, you could probably just blow his head off.
You're gonna be a minute. Just saying.
If we have a willing participant, I'm sure we can blow his head off. He can aim himself nicely in the frame and boom.
So who does not?
It works.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
No, any of it
But yeah, he asked. Let me get your all's items here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have them. They just
You
weren't
have them?
showing in my PDF. Yep, I got it.
Got it. Margot, do you have yours, or are they not showing?
I don't have anything on my PDF.
When I click on the spots, it showed me what I had.
Got it. Got it. So everybody's got theirs. Margot, I'm sorry, I'm making sure that you got yours.
I don't.
Okay, let me get yours. Let me search through here and get this.
So, are we sure that we're not having like a gas leak and a mass hallucination or anything?
I mean yeah. I mean that's a fair question. That's a completely fair question.
I'm going to hopefully confirm this later. I'm going to take my Kodak Brownie camera out, shine the flashlight on this zombie, and get a picture.
Are you taking a fucking selfie with the zombie? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's not a selfie. I'm not going to be in it.
Oh my god! So Margot, on your person,
Uh-huh.
on your person, you have a notepad, 2 fountain pens, and a flashlight.
Very useful.
Okay, in a tote bag, a little, like a little canvas rucksack, I guess. You have a paperback book of "To the Lighthouse" by Virginia Woolf, which Umberto has read and highly recommends.
Very good.
A bag of 20 butterscotch candies, 3 packs of tea berry gum, a set of sunglasses. No cat. We're out of cats. Fresh out of cats. 3 handkerchiefs, a ball of twine, and a legal pad.
You have notepads and legal pads? Wow. Do I like
Yeah. Well, you have a small notepad you got like in your your front pocket that you can just grab out and just do that. But in your bag, you've got like a full blown legal pad. Yeah.
Gotta come ready.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt, does her tote bag look big enough for a head? Just asking for a friend.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you'd have to dump the other stuff out, but it would hold it. Yeah, it would hold it. It's definitely about that kind of height. But yeah, again, he's waiting for your all's answer. Do you guys agree to his terms?
Well, again, we got to be able to do this. So I'm thinking, what about the tools that the workers were using? Can we look back towards the collapse?
And hand out the dirt like this. It's down like this.
I just turned around to him and say, well, we'd like to help you, but we don't have the tools to do it. What do you suggest?
He says to the door, and he points towards the other door. Not the door that you guys were working on, but the other door on the left. To the left of him. He points to the other door, and he's like, through that door is the laboratory, which has everything you'll need to accomplish the grim task that shall be at hand.
I mean, you're awfully accommodating.
He says, I've been imprisoned here some time, and this is my only chance to talk to you before he awakens. I must seek my rest.
But before he awakens, who might that be? Are you talking about Waitley?
I'm talking about your forebear from Waitley. Yes, of course.
Okay. Not whatever that thing is that came earlier.
Oh no, that was a creature that he is trying to. It's but a youngling of the creature that he is trying to bring into this realm.
Oh, that was the baby.
Yes.
Well, why did it just get here now when we just got here?
Waitley, through his foul magics, bade me summon it.
Huh, what? This creature's Yog something.
Yeah, Yog Sothoth.
Yog Sothoth.
The keeper of the gate and the opener of the way.
I'm going to write some of this stuff down.
Well, how do we know Waitley's not taking care of you right now? He could be controlling. This all could be a ruse of some sort. I'm not feeling very trusting right now.
He said,
I think we should just kill him. I mean, he asked us to, right?
He says, if you kill me before I give you the information you seek, you are certainly doomed.
Hey, Matt, that stuff he said, Yog Saga, keeper of the, and so on, does that trigger anything in occult knowledge?
You can roll your occult.
I actually do pretty well on it. You know what? I'm going to spend 7 luck and it's an extreme success.
Got it. So you've heard that term before in in your occult. You've done some definite occult research, and you've heard that term before, but very vaguely. But it seems to be like those who are talking about it are the ones who are like deep into the occult. That are into this is actual. Kind of taking it out of the game in a meta terms. Mythos knowledge. So you're branching that line in between occult and Cthulhu mythos. So with an extreme, you're like, yeah, I've heard people who are deep into this mention that name before, and it's like that. I don't know what it is, but I know it's bad. It's really
I've heard that term, but only in the worst and darkest of circles.
Yes, exactly.
I say to everybody, you know what? I think we should figure out more on our own here before we make a deal with whatever he is. I say we go explore the other door that we're all apparently more comfortable with, and we decide whether or not we're going to listen to him on this door. That's what I think.
So you're looking at the door that's padlocked? The ones that you guys were looking
at?
The
one he said you could get the tools from.
Oh yeah, the laboratory. Yeah, he says that one. He agrees. He's like, please go verify what I say. There is a laboratory beyond. But whatever you do not open this other door. The door with the big, huge, ancient padlock. That's more rusted shut than locked. But he's like, the wizard Ephraim lies within, surrounded by his foul beings. That way is certain doom.
That ancient padlock, do the designs make any sense to me?
I'm sorry?
The other door, the one with the ancient padlock and locks and all of that, do the designs make any sense to me?
I mean, they're definitely of the time. Yeah. They're definitely of that make. It's an old, Hasby style padlock, big clunky thing. In its time, it's state of the art. But yeah, it's definitely the time is right. But there's no markings or anything on it. But it is very, very old and ornate. Like the padlock itself probably weighs a good 4 pounds.
Well, let's head to the right then. Let's go to that door instead of the one that we started on. So.
Yeah. Now that door basically just has a slide bolt kind of a deal. It's not padlocked.
Okay. I want to listen at the door.
Put my tools away.
The hell would we do that for? Open the door.
I walk that way slow enough that hopefully people pass me on the way.
So you guys are staying clear. He does tell you to stay clear of me. He says, you don't approach me unless you're attempting, to put me down, because I will be forced to attack you.
Not an issue.
I asked him, "Are you compelled by magic?" Then
exactly. Your forebear Ephraim commands it so.
Huh. And he taught you the spell to summon this Yog Sothoth.
Well, one of it's spawn.
Or the child. Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Huh. Fascinating. I have all these dreams of past lives and things like that. Ever since my accident with the head injury.
He sits up on his little stool, just
so random.
I'm not doing that out of game. Can I get a roll? Do I perhaps recognize him or something like that from one of these dreams? Or does any of this sound familiar to me?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Roll your education.
Education.
Knowledge. It's going knowledge. Yeah.
Hard success.
Excellent.
I believe. Let me confirm that. Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, you don't recognize him as he is now. You recognize him as he was then. Who was he kind of like a red-haired, kind of a jowly sort of a guy in like the clothes of the time, big puffy shirt, kind of a deal. you know, so you remember him of that time. So, and if you can kind of like time distillate the time that you're remembering him that back then and the clothes that he's wearing now, it's the same similar clothes, but 300 years of sitting in a musty old cave. we'll make him look a little rough.
Think about this, like, yeah, and maybe I while they're looking at the door, I'll just sort of chat with him about some of my memories or something like that, and ponder this.
So you're just sitting in the cave talking with a dead guy, all right? like you do. Meanwhile, the others are at the door. Yeah. Cordelia's like, I really need to rethink my marriage. But anyway,
no, I'm gonna transcribe the conversation. In fact, with my notebook.
Oh, okay. Again, a professional working couple. They are on task. They're on point.
I'm going to find the scientific explanation for all this.
They know what they're all
Correct.
about.
Yeah.
So who's
Barry and I are professional.
Professional magic makers.
Exactly.
The professionals are breaking into the
professional.
door. It's
You whip out a couple of drumsticks and just like tap it out on the door. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Nice. So somebody said they were listening at the door. Did I hear that right? Did somebody make a listen roll?
Yeah, but my ears were all clogged, so I heard nothing.
You got nothing? You're getting this really dull thudding noise in your ears. It's making it bad. You're like you're like really dull, like pulsing thudding noise. And you're looking at your arm, and like that mark has grown. It's like a ring that started about the size of a nickel, and now it's about the size of a quarter, and it's like raised up on your arm.
Hey, everyone.
Oh my goodness, that could be poison.
You think?
Try to drain it.
He says, and Digby says, do not disturb it. I beg of you, you'll cause much harm amongst that poor lady.
What? Tell me more.
He says, unfortunately, the spawn of Yog-Sothoth has left its spawn among you, and yes, you carry its seed.
Oh, you got knocked up by a monster.
One bite, dude.
I got all the luck.
You got one bite. Didn't even
Kill
kiss
her
you.
now.
No kiss. No cigarette. No nothing. Just
a little quick there, Yog-Saga.
a little speedy. In and out. But yeah, it's left his mark upon you. It will fester and grow within your body. You have very limited time to destroy the wizard and thus end the spell that keeps it growing inside you.
So you mean we just need to open that other door and bash whoever's head's in there in?
I caution you not to do that, to not perform that action. He is protected by many of his former servitors in life, and they will seek to kill you.
So letting our friend hatch a spawn of ancient evil into the world is better than that.
No. You must devise a way other than just going and attacking the wizard, because again, he is mostly spirit now, and again surrounded by his evil servitors. But within that laboratory, you would be able to make certain elements and certain devices to be able to aid you.
Okay.
I'm going in the other room now.
I'm opening the door, so
the latch kind of a deal. Yeah. So you go in there, and it's like a workshop / laboratory. There's all kinds of like metal implements and tools, long like meat cleaver sort of things, different all kinds of like iron tongs, the remains of a forge. But the thing that's taken most of the predominant area of the room, like right in the middle of the room, is this long, like coffin-like quartz, like solid quartz um, um, bath, I guess you want to say, for want of a better word. It's like a long rectangular object made of quartz that has been hollowed out into like a sort of bath. But it's dry. There's nothing in it.
Is there a drain in the bottom of it?
There is a drain.
Well, I guess I'm going to do the obvious, and I'm just going to look around to see if there's any obvious weapons in here. So
yeah, there's tons of obvious weapons in here. Again, there's like cleavers, there's hammers, anything you could think of like in a workshop, like a very old, like rough kind of like crosscut sort of saw, kind of a deal. That kind of thing. Some levers, like pry bar sort of things. There's tons of books. There's a whole like shelf lined up with all kinds of books that are near ready to disintegrate. And again, there's like a forge and then like a full blown like alchemical lab with all kinds of beakers and bottles and that sort of stuff.
Are any of these beakers, bottles labeled, or are
There
they
are.
just all misleading?
They're all labeled. There are some of them are very hard to read because they've been down here about 300 years, and they're all in Latin.
I'm going to try to decipher some of these things at least.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 2 luck and get a regular success.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're like trying to rub off some of the dust and stuff on these labels, and you're reading it, and you're like, and it is like stuff that you would find in a basic laboratory of the time. Some very basic elements. And there are some that you really can't lay a name to because it's an alchemical laboratory. So you might come across like, has anybody ever seen like what happens when you grind the teeth of a lizard down? What's is that really what this is? That kind of a deal.
So whatever I can make out in my notepad, I'm going to write down what they are and tear off those pieces of paper and put it in front of it. So if people need it later, we know what's what.
Got it.
So I'm going to look for weapons and things that look like it's worth a lot of money and first aid stuff.
All right.
Got it.
Honey, I got the weapons part. I'm going to grab up 3 bars or something heavy that the men can handle. And I'm going to throw one to Alfred and throw one to Umberto. Just something big and thick, something we can hit something with.
Something big, thick, and phallic that only menfolk can handle, apparently. I see Tabitha just shaking her head right now.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
Now look at this thing. I've seen that look before. I swallowed a bunch of bubble tea and saw the exact same look not too long ago. Oh my God!
This is allowed. It's 1927.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And Margot's writing down her stuff, and like Kate taking like a pry bar, putting it in her coat bag.
What's the zombie's name again?
Sir Kenelm, 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 Digby. Yeah.
I like to peruse the books.
You can. They're none of them have like a like a label on the spine. They're all just there's like 15 books here. Some of them are also like there's like scrolls. There's full blown like there's freaking scrolls down here.
Can I pick the oldest looking, thickest, most likely to contain information book?
Got it. Make me your archaeology roll, please.
Sure.
I asked Kenham, hey, what do you know about the books in here? Is there any sort of magic, any sort of occult knowledge we can use to defeat?
So regular success.
Got it. So you're knowing how to handle the book and not have it like fall apart in your hands. That's what your archaeology roll is doing. You're like laying it on the desk very carefully and slowly moving the pages You know, even in what you're doing, like some of the pages are separating from the book, but they're
She's
not
the
like.
resident antiquarian, yeah.
Yeah. She knows what she knows. Yeah, she's worked with. Well, she is an archaeologist too. But yeah, you're looking at it, and again, all this is in Latin. So you're going to have to go through your Latin to get this out.
Okay.
But yeah, Alfred tells you, it's like basically, what did you ask him again? Let me make sure I'm giving you right information.
Me?
What did you ask Alfred? Yeah.
Oh, what did I ask him? I said, what can you tell us about these books? Is there any sort of occult or magical knowledge that we can use to defeat my ancestor, Whately?
He says within those books is the knowledge to create aqua fortis, which is basically acid. He said if you make enough acid in that basin, you can dissolve the remains of Whately and thus remove his foul magic forever.
Okay, great. We would have to.
Great.
We would have to find his remains first. You said he's mostly spirit.
Yeah, his remains lie in the other room, and he points again to the room that's padlocked. And if you go into as you go into the laboratory, you are like looking at the wall that's like connected to that other room. There is a doorway there, another very stout doorway that looks like it goes into that same room that he's telling you don't go in. You know.
Hey, I want to go give a listen at that door.
Okay. Give me a listen.
All right.
I have the worst poker face. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Take me out. Listen roll.
That's a 44 out of 55.
44 out of 55. And you're hearing the very faintest shuffling and movement inside that chamber. It's very, you don't hearing anything, and then all of a sudden very, very, very soft sort of like shuffle, like something being dragged across the ground. And then, as you're listening to the door, like you got your ear glued to the door kind of deal like that, it's all of a sudden like the whole door is just thud, 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 thud.
Immediately check for a lock.
Sanity check, please. But there is like a big stout bar across it. Yeah, like wooden bar.
Okay.
A wooden bolt across the door. Make me a sanity check, please. Everybody who's in that room, make a sanity check.
Woo, 25.
Made it.
Nice.
I missed it.
Nice. Roll me a D4 if you failed. 1 if you made it.
2.
Okay. 2. Okay. Cordelia, you looking for dice?
I am. I don't have a D4.
Oh no! Roll D8. Take and divide by 2.
All right. Roll 2. So 1.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So all right. That's happening. So I was like thud, 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 thud. And he's like, I told you. Digby's like, his servants lie within. They will win you.
He's not lying. They're shutting
Digby, what do we do about our servants?
He says you must dispatch them as best you can. He says there are implements inside that will that you can use to arm yourselves, but he says there are many. He says I would not go in there with your bare fists alone. That is certainly
magic to summon creatures like the one you did before to deal with them?
He says that to be able to teach you to do something of that sort would take too long. You do not have that much time. He says I would count a mere 12 hours from hence that Ephraim will appear.
Oh boy.
All right.
That's not good.
Let's find the recipe for that acid.
All right. Good idea. So is everybody kind of looking through the books?
Yep.
I'm looking through. I'm not looking through the books. I'm looking through the stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you when Cordelia and I will handle the books. I'm an antiquarian. She's an archaeologist. We can easily go through these very carefully and read the Latin.
Got it.
This
Are you
all
guys?
just looks like Greek to me.
Completely different alphabet, you see.
He's like, if you can put it to a melody, I can hum it for you. But yeah.
Wow.
Nice. So Sheila, what were you looking at? I assume the door. You were looking at
I was making sure the door was locked, number one.
Yeah, it's
And
got
number
this big
two-
bolt.
Yeah, I'm looking for other weapons.
Okay. So again, there's a lot of of things that make sense at the time. There's a lot of wrought iron weapons in here. Like big pokers for like the faux forge, tongs, hammers, that kind of a deal. So basically, think if you want to just grab like like a poker or something like that, it would basically be like an iron club. Is what we'd be looking at. Or even like a set of tongs. They got like a heavy end on it. They would do the trick. They're all big and heavy and clunky. Everything in here, all the tools are old and thus heavy. Big and heavy. Yeah.
So I'm going to look for something that Cordelia and Margot could wield. Like not something that big hands, but something that's got like a smaller handle that they would be able to.
Yeah, you can grab up like you can grab up like a couple of like wooden mallets that are easy to handle, and then like some smaller hammers. Like not like sledgehammers, but like regular hammers. They're not the claw in. They're like a shop hammer.
Can I knock the pick head off of a mallet and use the handle only?
Yeah,
So,
like a stake.
Yeah, just the handle of a pick.
Yeah. You can definitely like smash the end of it against the table, and break it off and have like a stake. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Barry, do you have a question? I thought I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are doing that, and in the meantime, this is like getting really irritating because what's on the other door is not stopping. Like it's constantly da 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 da, and you're like, all right, we know you're there. It's getting on your all's nerves. But they're not. It's not letting up. It's like da 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 da. Like the it's like one of those wooden sort of like braces. That blocks the door. It's holding up fine, but like the door's like shaking. Every time those things are thudding it, and you're like, oh, this is not good, not good at all. So yeah, Alfred and Cordelia, go through your Latin, please.
Seven out of something. It's probably a critical success.
So initially, when you asked me, I rolled a 30, and I just rolled a 28 out of 61.
Okay.
61 as well. So 7. Yeah, it's a crit success.
That's a crit. So this allows you to find basically like the recipe for Aquafortis, in the books. And not only that, but it gives you like you're able to read it enough to give like anybody who has chemistry, who I think the only one who has it is Sheila.
You got it, John. You know a lot of chemistry.
Well, she's a jeweler. She knows how to work with acid. Didn't do etching and stuff like that. It makes sense. She's a Renaissance girl. She's a Renaissance girl. She knows how to etch metal.
Barry and I have friends in all kinds of places.
She knows how to make certain substances. She knows how to make certain substances. She's like looking at it. She goes, "This be a hell of a meth lab." But anyway, we're a little we're a little out of our time. But got the scales, got everything we need. But
right. Yeah, I think I am. I know what that was.
I know what the white powder in that one is. I know what the hell that is right now. I can tell you. Right? If we take a little bit of this, we'll all be, like hype for a while. take some of this stuff. Chew on these leaves. It's all right. It's good. It's good. It's good stuff. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's totally fine. So it's basically going to give you. I know you don't have much chemistry, but it's going to give you an advantage. So you can roll twice. Give you a bonus die. So you can roll twice, Sheila, and pick the better of the two.
Okay.
On your chemistry. To try to dope this out.
All right, guys. So all right, I'm going to take a swig. All right, here we go.
Meanwhile, on that door,
right.
Constant.
Roll
like they are not
1.
letting up.
Roll number 1. Oh, he's a really bad fail. It's a 94. Roll number 2 is a 1.
Woo! Nice.
Whoa.
We'll take that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a 25 in chemistry, so that is a good success.
That's awesome.
Nice. So you're finding you're finding all the materials that you need to make the acid, except for like the water to mix it with. There's no water. There's no, there's some old barrels in here that have gone dry a long time ago. But you're not finding any water.
Do you guys have like a canteen or some water?
I have a canteen.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough. You need enough to like fill a tub.
Well, somebody go ask the zombie guy if there's any water nearby. You might
Yeah.
So who's asking zombie guy?
Big B. Do we have water
here
anywhere?
Yeah,
Downstream, a leak from above, something like that. Anything, any source of water.
He says there is a spring. I will tell thee where it is, but you must promise to do the task I have asked you.
I swear. Once I've slain my ancestor, yes.
He's been down here an awfully long time. He can only play Parcheesi with yourself.
Yeah.
20 minutes. Seriously. I mean, we'll kill you soon.
Yeah, but he says I will tell thee, but he says upon my telling thee of it, you must make the stroke. So he's like he's going to tell you, and then you got to do the thing.
All right.
He's only going to tell us about the water, and then we have to kill him. I thought he was going to tell us everything.
He did. Well, basically, you guys have found it out. You got everything. You guys have on your own and found it. He's told you about the acid to destroy the body of Whately, and of Ephraim, and he say you can destroy it with that. You'll have to fight your way through its servitors. There's nothing he can do about that. He says amongst the books there may be an amulet to help protect one of you.
Where would that be?
Amongst the books.
All right.
I'm gonna look right
Barry's already backing out of the room.
Everybody, yeah. Very like, actually, Barry, make me that luck roll. See if you happen to just snag that while everybody's grabbing books. Because it just seems like a Barry move. It really does. It does seem like it because
Didn't make it. I didn't make it.
You didn't make it.
No.
Damn, you didn't find. You did. You're literally going back to the books. But everybody make a luck roll as you're going through the books. Whoever makes the lowest luck roll will find it.
30.
30?
Very unlucky luck rolls.
I made a 66.
100.
I made it, but not less than 30.
40.
Nice. So I think 30 has it. Umberto?
What? Me?
Is that right? Yeah, Umberto. So you're going through the books. Everybody's going through the books and like doing this kind of a deal, and pages are falling out, and Cordelia's like, no, those are going to be hard to put back together. They're not numbered. But yeah, one of them like thud, this large like amulet about the size, of the classic medallion type things, probably I want to say about 2 inches in diameter, thunks out on the book, and it has like a ring where like a ring at the top where like it would have been on a cord or something, but that disintegrated long ago.
I'm gonna just as kind of a test. I'm gonna put it up against the door that keeps banging.
Nicely done. So you're looking at it, and one thing that strikes you, like, it is solid gold. So Barry's like, fuck.
I'm like, the books are probably worth as much as that thing. Be careful.
Easily, the books are easily worth as much as that, 10 times over. But yeah, you probably got like like a good probably a good 7 to 8 ounces of gold in your hand, right? So,
I'm not even thinking about getting rich right now.
So
you want me to hold that for you? I'll hold that for you. You want me to hold that for you?
It's got all these weird symbols and stuff on it. You can't make any sense of it. But it also has this weird sort of like figure on it as well. On like the reverse side of it. Give me just a moment as I pull it up here. But so yeah, as you move it towards the door, yeah, like the banging ceases. Like it seems to back them off.
Nice.
Knowing that, I'll offer the amulet to Margot.
Ah, nice. Margot's a talker. She knows how to talk to people. Yeah, she can do the deal. Oh, yeah, okay. And yeah, it looks kind of like. Let's see if I can get it to work here. Guess over here to the side.
While he's doing
that, yeah, looks kind of like that on one side of it.
Got it. I hate to call
Have I seen this kind of symbol before?
Umberto. Hang on. Umberto, I hate to call into question your logic, but isn't Margot here the one that's infected with some, I don't know, demon lord spawn?
Oh.
Well, that's true. Does putting it against her infection actually do anything?
No. And actually by now it's grown up to the size of about a dollar coin, from a quarter to a dollar coin. And it's making like a spiral sort of ring pattern in her arm. And it's moved.
I take that symbol and press it against that spot on my arm.
You press it against it, and all it does is like you can now feel it like moving on your arm, like whatever's in there. I need to make me a sanity check.
I
fail.
I don't know.
You made it?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't make it? Roll me a d6, please, as you realize something is growing inside your body, in your arm. You only lose 1. Look at you. You're like.
I'm getting used to this at this point.
Yeah. Now that symbol, yeah, you had noticed that same sort of like symbol around the town, like old structures and stuff like that. Have like that symbol like on the doorways of a lot of the older structures in town.
Can I make an occult check?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's just a regular success, but let me check to be sure. Regular success.
Got it. A regular success. I mean, you would have probably seen around town, like Margot would have pointed them out to you as well. And the two of you, during your brief trying research and doing it, I mean, also while trying to uncover the vault, you've determined to be some sort of like warning or some sort of a token, kind of like Sheila Ganig in Ireland, but where Sheila Ganig is more of like a like a blessing of fertility. This is more like a warding of evil sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Matt, connect it with Yogg at all?
I'm gonna go with that's a reach. Just what little limited knowledge that you have. But you know from what you talked about with the other people, like Yog Sothoth is
Fair.
the ultimate evil. It's the keeper of the gate and the way, opener of the way. To utter darkness. So if this thing like wards off evil,
So, what are you? Is she left or right-handed?
I'll go with like whatever you want to say. I'm Margot.
Right.
And bit her on her right arm.
And it bit her on the right arm.
Yeah, because that's the arm. That's the arm that she was using to move the rock. So that makes sense.
I mean, I'm just saying, if things really go south, we can just resort as a last resort. I would never suggest otherwise. I'm just saying, it worked in the war.
Why don't we stay busy and go find this water?
I'm reevaluating the concept here.
So he says prepare your headsman, and I will tell you where the water stays.
All right. We are going to have to slice his head off after he tells us.
There's like a meat cleaver that'll do the trick. A very old 1600s meat cleaver.
Would that be a fighting or a brawl or would that be
it's not going to be any. He's not resisting. So you just.
Oh, I'll do it.
Cordelia's like, I'll do it. Damn it, I'll do it.
I'll go like stomp over and pick up the cleaver, then stomp back over.
You pull it up, you wedge it up out of the wooden table that it's like punked into. You wedge it up, pull over, and you're like, I'm ready. Let's do this thing.
Kenem, tell us where is this well though? This thing.
Real quick before that happens, I know somebody brought the Alberto. Did you bring that medallion over by the door? Did you leave it like on the door, or are you staying there?
I gave it to Margot.
I have it.
Oh, Margot. Okay, so Margot, are you staying with it by the door, or are you hanging it on the door, or what are we doing?
I'll get it.
I'm walking too with everybody else, so I have it on me.
Okay, so you have it on you.
But as we move away, I'm also going to see if I can grab something to defend myself with, as I've realized that I might need something that could start chopping something.
Yeah.
For the next tentacle that's coming my way for my other arm.
Got it.
I want to ask the group first. Does anyone have a pencil or anything like that?
I mean, they're all right. Yeah.
Pencil.
Everybody, like, yeah.
I ripped a piece of notebook paper out of my notebook. I say, let me borrow that medallion. I took a pencil and did a rubbing of that symbol.
Okay.
I go and put that on the over by the door.
It doesn't do the same trick. Like if Margot goes away, you can hear him shuffling up towards the door again. Literally hear him shuffling up towards the door. Yeah. No, that's fair. But yeah, that doesn't do the trick. Apparently, there's some sort of magic, in the medallion as well.
Wait, Ken, sorry, we're supposed to cut your head off. Sorry.
Yeah. He's like, we got this whole thing about my head being off, but.
Cordelia, are you sure? I mean, I know you usually don't deal like your dead are usually dead a really long time. Are you sure?
Someone has to do it. Let's just get it done.
She's about doing it. I'm fine with her. I mean, Digby's like she's just as good as anyone else. I greet thee and thy grim task in hand. But Margot. Remember, you've got some twine in your tote bag, so you can make like a little necklace real quick with that medallion, if you wanted to do that.
I do.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all were chopping in and out.
Remember, you've got that twine in your rucksack. If you wanted to make like a crude necklace with that, remember it has like a little loop at the top of the amulet.
That'll work. Yeah.
So you can make, just tie it off real quick, throw it over your neck. Yeah.
So before we chop off this guy's neck, do we know where to get the water from?
Yeah. He tells you, he goes under under the bench in the far corner, there is a passageway that you can find that will lead you to a very small spring.
Do we want to trust this guy or get the water and then chop his neck off?
I'll go look under the bench in the far corner and see if there's actually a passageway.
Okay. So he's like stretching, like trying to crane his neck into the room, and it's like at the very edge of his chain and trying to watch along with you and like looking at Cordelia like, guy's neck stretched out like any time. But so Umberto, make me a spot hidden while you're under that bench.
Well, I rolled an 8, so I definitely made it. I actually extreme success.
Excellent.
Not so badly in combat.
Excellent. So you're feeling like an archaeologist. You're down here with Cordelia and Alfred and stuff like that, and you're down here, and you are feeling like a little bit of a breeze, like in the corner behind these bricks.
There's definitely a breeze here. Try to move the bench and see if that like opens the door or something.
You move the bench, and we never really, other than like flashlights. So I assume you're using your flashlight. Nobody said they've made any other light. So you're looking. You move the bench, and you're looking at that stonework, and it does look like it's like cracked in like the seams of the masonry. Like it would, it's not solid as far as the wall.
So can I just push it open?
You want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's and you think it would be very hard, but yeah, you just barely, and like it moves in, and there's like a small passageway that you can go through. You basically kind of have to crawl through like on your hands and knees kind of deal.
Just how about I'll make a really quick smell and see if like you get that sense of like water or moisture, mildew, anything like that.
You definitely get that feeling.
I think he's right. I think there's a stream under here.
I dropped the cleaver.
What? Had enough of your chatty ass. But
French Revolution.
Exactly right.
I was gonna make a speech, but
sorry.
So rolls up and like the skull's kind of eyes and like the wisps of hair that are still on the skull and the emaciated flesh like rolls up and looks at you, and the jawbone just drops away and just rolls over to its side, and you guys are realizing you have a grim task at hand. Not only what you've just done, but whatever lies within that other room.
So I'm gonna put my hand on Cordelia's shoulder. And I'm going to hand her the flask.
She takes it.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to go back in now and finally find myself a weapon, preferably something like a two-handed axe or hammer. If I can't find that, then just whatever kind of club thing I can find.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing you can probably find is like, one of those very old, long, like iron pokers, but they were big. They were like almost 3 feet long,
Oh.
And they have like the hook in where you can grab, logs and stuff like that and move them around. Not like a curved hook, but they just kind of come out like an L shape away from the main. So yeah, there's that's like a meta game terms. That's like easily a D8 weapon. Plus your damage bonus.
I'll take it, and I'll even since we killed the old guy now, I'll cut off some of his clothes and see if I can wrap it around to make a handle for this thing.
Oh, because you've seen that in the archaeology movies too. They just rip the clothes off the body.
I read it in a sci-fi novel one time.
In a weird tales in one of those ones that you wrote. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, wrote for. Yeah. There's actually there's other tables and stuff like that too. Like if you wanted to break off like some table legs and stuff like that on some tables that you don't need and make like some torches and stuff like that, some makeshift torches.
Use whatever's there.
Yeah, you can use whatever's there, and again, there's like a small like place that it's cold now, but it's like a forge that you're going to have to light anyway for her for Sheila to make her aqua fortis. She'll have to boil some stuff. So yeah, so there's a little bit of time while you guys are getting all that together. Who's actually going in and like looking at the spring? You smelled the water.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to stay here and help start a fire or go into the spring. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll
I do
go
have
down
some
into the
matches,
spring.
by the way, so I'll take those out and like put them aside so that at least you know they're there.
Got it.
What do we have to keep water in though?
There are some like bowls, like some small bowls and stuff like that. So you'll have to carry it out. Probably like a half a gallon at a time. you know, kind of a deal.
Fire brigade it.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of teamwork, kind of an action there. Like if you wanted to send somebody into like the spring, and it's like a very small little bubbling spring, like back in a small corner, like a little alcove that's in that corner. You probably crawl about another 5 feet, and you're basically are right on top of it. It's like a little small spring, and of course you can like reach around there, like where the spring is coming from, and like this rock, it's like an opening about the size of your thumb, you know. So you're having to dip it out, wait for it to fill again, dip it out. It's going to be an arduous task. It's going to take some time. So let's take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll start to decide who's going to do what as far as tasks, and we'll get this stuff set up. But yeah, let's take like a quick 5-minute break while we figure out what's going on.
All right. Cool.
You on mute, buddy? Can't hear you.
Yeah. Welcome back, Barry and Margot. Excellent.
Say that again.
Hey, Matt, load me back up.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I see you down there. Had to stream. Right.
The wrong button.
You're fine. Not a problem. Everybody's slowly coming back. Alfred and Cordelia apparently they need a moment. But okay. All right, there's Alfred back. All right.
Wait, where is she? Yeah.
I don't know. She needed a cigarette, after lopping off poor guy's head. Poor Digby. Poor old Digby.
Finally cracked open my hard copy of the Investigator's Handbook.
Oh, nice.
Got it like at Game Hall Con last week. So.
I keep kicking myself for not going to that one.
So good.
Yeah, how was Game Hole this year?
It was great. Although, my wife had panels with Banana Chan, who writes for Wizards, and she's got her own gaming company and stuff. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the House on the Rock for the
Halloween.
they have a Halloween event. Very cool. We hung out, saw people in the gaming industry that we rarely get to see these days. So
Yeah, it's a good
Cool.
con. I've done some Adventures League up there, ran and stuff, and had a lot of fun. Thomas Valley's really good, a really good organizer.
yeah. Always put on a great show.
Excellent.
That's Game Hole Con, folks.
Our sponsors. I forgot we were live.
Oh no, you're fine. No, I mean I'll be at a CADECon in Dayton this coming weekend, and then I'll be seeing you guys at PAX Unplugged
We'll be there.
in Philly in December. I'm looking forward to that. I'll see Bill and Monica and Chris and Betty. I think is this going to be like your first big con for a while? Chris and Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
years.
Gen
Nice.
Con in 2013 or 2014 was the last big con we went to.
Oh, okay. That was when they're like in their 40 and 50,000 numbers, not their 60 and 70,000 numbers.
Yeah.
And it's Daddy's first big con.
Nice. Now, again, it's probably going to be half of what it normally was, but it should be a lot of fun. Yeah. So we'll be perfect for Maddie.
We'll go to Winter Fantasy. I think it'll be our next con.
When is that again? I saw it, but I've forgotten. February.
I think.
It's on my radar, and it's like if I can, I'll go. But they run more than just D&D, right? They run
Not much.
Not much, but they do.
Not much. And most of the stuff they run outside of D&D, they give to Schwab. He does Shadow of the Demon Lord and stuff
Oh,
like
I know
that.
Schwab.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, I met Schwab through Bill, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, I made.
So now it's not to say that they're not open to it, but because of the way they've got their rooms situated, I would contact them pretty soon.
Yeah. So I'll talk with them about that and see about running either some bloat games or some Chaosium or something like that. I think it would work. Just for the people that hey, I don't want to play D&D. I want to play some grimdark horror. But
you ever want to run some Shadow of the Demon?
all right, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. I think we had one of our guys come up and run some of it at Origins, and it went over really well from what I remember. So yeah, excellent. So we are building basically like a task chain, like trying to determine who's going to be doing what to get this done. Sheila's kind of going to be the overseer of this, and she has the working knowledge of chemistry to make it happen. Like first you guys have got to light the forge, get that stuff going, and we're not going to make rolls or that kind of stuff. I'm going to say you spend enough time, you make a fire. It's the 20s. Most people at that time know how to make a fire, unlike today. And you guys have enough matches and stuff, I think, on your person that you can do it fairly easily.
I was
You
going to
have a
say,
zip-
I've got a Zippo. Who carries matches these days?
some of them do carry matches. I think Berto's got like some matches, and somebody else I know has like a pipe or something like that.
Well, if we need
Berto.
paper to start the fire, guess who can help with that?
There you go. Excellent. So yeah, a lot of you guys are going to have to like mix the materials and stuff that you'll need to get this done. Somebody's going to be fetching water, filling up the basin, and then pouring this stuff in to make it acidic, and all that stuff. You have to boil certain amounts of it. Some of it you just pour in to get liquid going. I don't know the actual recipe for Aquafortis, but we're going to fake it out like we do know what we're making. So who's fetching the water? Is it going to be like?
I'll do it.
Umberto's going to be the water carrier.
Yeah. Water boy Umberto.
Okay, Sheila's kind of overseeing things. Who's mixing chemicals?
I can do that under Sheila's direction.
Okay, and do that under Sheila's direction.
Take that blue in there, and you want to mix. No, over there.
Who's tending the fire, making sure that it stays hot and stuff like that? Get that going.
I'll do that.
Barry's the fire tender.
I can
All
have
right.
water then.
Also, you're. I know some of you are carrying spare batteries and stuff like that, but you do have like a finite amount of light in here, and it burns through those batteries really quick back then. Are we making like some torches or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I look at Sheila and I say, hey, using these chemicals, can we make a little fire that can be controlled?
Yeah, there's a forge that will do that. That basically makes that happen. It's like a small little iron like stove that that you put that the coals get on top and it gets really hot. Like Barry works the bellows to keep the coals, really really hot and stuff like that going. So he's like doing that. Barry, you got one job. Barry. Is to keep the coals hot, kind of stuff like that. So that's literally what it does. It's made to contain a very very hot fire without burning everything down. So and you guys do notice like there are like some cracks and stuff in the ceiling where like the smoke is going. So it's not like filling the room full of smoke and you guys are asphyxiating in the lab and stuff like that. So there are like looks like some very various vents and stuff like that already built in the ceiling, even though you're probably, you want to say 40, 50 feet underground, also in the side of a mountain as well. So where this is escaping at, you have no idea, but you're just glad it's escaping and not filling the room. So you do have that on your side. Who's watching the door with like the amulet? Because Margot was wearing that, but she's helping mix chemicals now.
I'll watch the door.
You watch the door? Margot, you giving him the amulet?
Yep.
Giving Cordelia the amulet? Okay. So, yeah, as long as you basically just, like, stand at the door with the amulet, you'll keep them away. But, yeah, you realize, like, as soon as you move away to go, like, if you went to go help somebody move something real quick, like, you hear them shuffling towards the door again. You're like, whoa, wait. That kind of deal.
If I place the amulet on the door and then walk away, does it still work?
No. Yeah, you realize that, too. You got to be holding it.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to be holding it in some sort of contact with it. Yeah, through that time. I mean, because we're going to say it's going to take like a long time, at least a good 5 to 6 hours, just to make like enough for a shallow bath of Aquafortis. It's going to take a bit. Carrying so much water out of time, boiling the water, mixing the ingredients, stuff like that. It's going to take a bit.
By the way, the chains that were
holding Digby.
Yeah, Digby. Yeah. Or are there other chains around? I think we should grab some of those. We're probably going to have to wrap up the remains of Waitley and drag them in here.
Oh, good call.
That is a good call.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to get in there with like one of the the pry bars or one of the pokers and stuff like that and kind of break it away from the wall. He did have like a 6-foot chain, not very long, probably enough to wrap around him like 1.5 times.
Yeah.
But there are,
well, yeah, it's fun.
yeah. Like if you want to wrap around his ankles or something like that, you can do that. Yeah, because you don't want to touch 300-year-old desiccated body. That'd just be gross.
Yeah, I don't want to touch an undead wizard.
That's your wife's job, right? That's what your wife did. Touch the old,
I'm not
old
just gonna
dead
go
thing.
and grab a lich here. It's
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there are like some chains on some of the other, on the other pillars. Again, I remember I described there was like some rings and like some chains hanging down, but they're not very long. They're just like 6 or 8 inches and ended in like manacles. So just long enough to like chain somebody up and flay them, stuff like that.
All right. Yeah, I'll chisel off the chain that was holding Digby back, and then I'll go and help Umberto with the water. Just fire brigade it over.
Okay. So you're doing that kind of a deal. All right. So everybody's working along, getting that stuff done. And Cordelia, you're like standing there at the door, kind of doing that deal. Margot, we're about 4 hours in of doing this. You got and you're like measuring this out and you're looking at time. You're a smart lady, you're like, this is going to be a bit, you're like, we're going to be close, on the time.
That I'm doing as I'm working on this is also making notes of how this is being made. I don't know actual names and writing down blue liquid, quarter cup-ish.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're figuring that stuff out, but yeah, you're also noticing like that mark on your arm is getting bigger, and it's like, moving on your arm. I need you to make me a sanity check roll as you notice like this thing is just, it's growing. Yeah, at an exponential rate.
That would be 100.
100. So you lose your stuff. I need you to make me an intelligence check, please.
Ooh, intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
4.
4. So you made it, which is fine. So unfortunately, that's the roll you want to fail.
I know.
That's the roll you want to fail. So your mind is fully grasping that you have this otherworldly alien creature growing in your body, and you're not sure, if you're going to be able to stop this in time before it. You're not even sure what it's going to do to your arm. It's like, it's like swollen on your arm about the size of your palm now, and it's like, covered a good chunk of that arm, and you're like, what's this doing to me? Is it gonna? You're wigging out. I need you to make me a D10 roll, please.
9.
Oh God.
9. 9. So yeah, you go into full blown hysterics. Like you just
Lord.
you drop everything and you just start running, and like you're like reaching. You did say you had like a long knife or something like that. This is what you were reaching for, right? Yeah, like it's time to this has got to go. It's time for this to go. So you see her like just throw it out, like she's basically flipping the table, she's like, I can't take this anymore, and yeah, she throws her arm across the table and throws her hand up there. What's your dex?
75.
Anybody's dex above 75?
I have a 75.
Oh,
so Sheila and
At
Umberto.
90?
Nice. So Sheila and Umberto can both try to do brawling to try to wrest the knife away from her before she hacks off her arm.
Am I actually around her? Because I've been under the cavern digging for water.
Good point. Make me a luck roll.
Luck roll it is.
Yeah, my dex is
I
also
did make
over
my luck
75.
quite a bit.
But am I too far away? I'm by the door.
You're by the door, and you're like seeing this. It's kind of like across, halfway across the room.
All right, so I have to witness this. Okay.
Unfortunately.
And I have a success on the brawling.
Did you make your luck roll though?
I did by quite a bit. A 10 on a 7.
Okay, so like you just came out with like a bowl of water, kind of deal. And Barry's over there.
Wait. Did she drop the medallion?
No, Cordelia's got the medallion over by the door.
Yeah, I have it by the door.
She's got it by the door. I know, right?
Way to stay focused. Way to stay focused.
Laser focused. Who wants a bunch of old books and shit? That's like gold. That's gold right there. Cash money.
So did you pass, Umberto?
I did. I got a success.
How did you do, Sheila?
Okay, I can spend 4 for a regular success.
And Margot, I need you to make a brawling roll. You're basically attacking yourself.
I make it.
Oh, man.
How much is a regular success?
Regular success.
So all of you had regulars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's fighting her. It's kind of like weird. She's doing like a version of fighting back, and you guys are doing a fighting roll on her to keep her from doing it. And it's basically like a dead heat. Like she is like trying to get out of your all's grasp to throw this down. And if tables were turned, like if you guys were trying to initiate attack and she was fighting back, like you guys would win, but she's basically trying to attack herself. So it's literally like a struggle. Like she's trying to wring from your grip, and you got her stopped for like this second, but you got to grab and get another grab.
Don't try to go to the defender, but she's also the attacker.
But she's also the attacker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's literally a dead heat. Yeah, if you're dodging ties, definitely go to the defender. But on an attack, like whoever's initiating the attack normally wins. But you've got 2 of them against you here, so it's like they got you stopped for this second, But like the next round, you can go again because you're like basically ringing free, going no, and going for it again. Everybody else that's in the room that doesn't act on 75 can go, or Cordelia, if you want to try to get across the room.
I'm gonna hold my position.
You're gonna hold your position.
The more practical thing. In the
Actually, I want you to make. I want you to make me a power check. I think you can make it, but I want you to make me a power check.
Uh, 27 out of 80.
Got it. So yeah, like your initial urge is to like go, but you suck it in. You're like, no, I've got to keep these things at bay. So you're like hesitated, and stay. So yeah, you locked in. You clamped your feet down. You're good.
So
Barry, Alfred.
Yeah, I've got a 75 as well. I'm actually gonna look to Sheila for some direction. Kind of look at her like, what do you want me to do, hun? Because I'm still working the bellows or whatever, keeping the fire going.
I mean, you can step away. I'll keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, she says, you got one job, Barry. Do your fucking job.
Give it up.
Damn.
It'll take like 2 minutes, tops.
When this game is over, I'm gonna let you know how some other players handled this situation. It wasn't good.
Well, Sheila's like, well, this is what I wanted to do to begin with, so let's just let it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, if you're just hoping that there's seriously some more money than this medallion. You heard like treasure hoard. One medallion does not constitute a hoard. Alfred, what are you doing?
I will go over and help them. I'm on 55 Dex, so
okay.
I'll
So
go and help and hold Margot back.
it's kind of like like a person drowning. You can either continue struggling with them, or you can, lay their asses out.
Do it.
I'm just gonna grab on, and try to like restrain her. If there's like three of us on, I think maybe
Okay.
pull her back, right?
So make me a straight. You know, you are an antiquarian, so the heaviest thing you lift is books. So
she's got a cleaver knife. Let's try to knock that out of her hand. How about that?
You're gonna try to knock that out of her hand? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A decent brawl. Not decent enough brawl.
Not decent enough. No. So it's like ting as that goes away. All right. So basically, you guys are involved in like a strength versus strength battle. The Sheila, Umberto, and Margot. So everybody roll your strength at this point to try to restrain Margot from resting free and bringing that knife down on her arm. Sheila and Umberto, both roll your strength, and Margot roll your strength as well.
I got a success.
A regular success?
Regular success.
I failed.
Okay. All right, so you're able with the two regular successes, you're able to wrest control of the knife and like bring it down away from the other arm, like shove it down on the table. Pardon me. So she is flipped out. I'll roll me a D10 for how long this lasts as well, too, Margot. This bout of hysterics.
2 minutes. Or 2 is what I rolled.
2 rounds. So you calm down pretty quickly after that. It was like 2 rounds, which is basically what we just done. So they bring your arm down, and basically like talk you down, and you're like, so she's safe for now. As this thing, I mean, you guys can see it. It's just like pulsing, like on her arm, this like concentric ring around her on her arm.
That does actually look pretty.
It is bad. It is bad. I mean, it does. I mean, and again, it's about the size of your palm. It started like about the size of a nickel. And like we're 4 hours later, and the size of her palm.
Does it hurt?
Yeah,
Yes.
it hurts.
I would say.
Yeah,
Yes.
it hurts. It hurts like a son of a bitch. Yeah, it's not like damage inflicting, but it's like a really bad wasp sting that you're allergic to. It's swelling. It sucks. It hurts, and you don't want it, anymore. And it's but not only just a wasp sting. There's something in there growing.
So, does it bother any of the rest of your body, or is it just your arm?
Just that arm.
Maybe cutting that off wasn't a bad idea.
We can use a much sharper knife, and we can heat it up. Less chance of infection. We can cauterize it afterwards. You won't bleed to death.
Am I passing out just listening to this?
I mean,
it's not completely
that's what you were wanting to do when you lost it. They talked you down, and you're like,
yeah, but they seem to want to recreate that now.
Yeah, but they're having like an actual plan. You were just going to go at it. They're trying to be like, they're going to cauterize it and stuff like that. Where you're like,
would a tourniquet help? Something really tight.
Sure, it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I mean it'll hurt,
but it's more.
So we're going to do some very, very crude surgery right down here in the laboratory. I mean, you're in the lab.
I mean, Margot, you should have some say in this. Like,
it's your arm.
Start with a tourniquet, and if it gets worse, I will tell you to saw it off. It is my arm after all.
Well, tourniquets hurts.
Not as much as chopping my arm off.
I don't know anything about medicine, Cordelia. You don't either. Sister.
I can patch her up. I mean,
skills.
I've got first aid.
Hey, surgery.
No.
Nobody's got any medicine skill. I mean, you could do it with first aid. It's not going to be pretty. And if you fail the first aid, it's going to be really bad.
I mean, I have a 50 in first aid, guys. Just the 1 in medicine.
I got a 1 in medicine too.
Everybody's got 1 in medicine. Everybody's got 1.
I have a 6 in medicine.
Oh,
she did her own
6?
research.
Get a book on it.
It's probably one of these books right up there.
Yeah.
Concerned about those cocoa leaves.
Said, is that right?
Yeah. You heard them talking about something about picking a lock. Yeah.
Could I see that?
My pick lock set?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, yeah. What do you,
Matt, there's always like pokey things in there that's not too sharp. I'm gonna poke her arm with one of the like small pieces. Not try to break the skin, but just see if she like yells, passes out, if stuff oozes out of it, that kind of stuff.
It's always a good idea to poke the weird thing and you don't know what it is, right?
Oh, this is gonna end super well.
is this like
We're talking about cutting her arm off. I feel like we should do something investigative first, even if it's dumb investigation.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Yeah.
Wait, let's put the tourniquet on first. That way,
Who's doing the first aid on the tourniquet?
Oh, I can do that.
Can I help?
Probably not. Make it that way.
Your own arm.
No, they're cutting your arm. Yeah, there's no help.
Oh,
Can I be reading other books while they're all doing this while I'm sitting at the door?
That's an 88 on the first aid, so have a little worst aid.
A little worst aid.
Can I see if I can correct that? Like help out?
Yeah.
I will help you. Yeah.
As she's like taking off her belt and like making like a tourniquet and it's like cinching into her flesh. Yeah.
All right, let's see. I have a 30. I rolled a 16. You know what? I'm going to spend a point, and it's a hard success.
Okay. So you know to take off a couple notches of it, of the tourniquet that she's applied.
Whoa, yeah.
Enough to block. Yeah, exactly.
You weren't going for numbing, losing feeling. I thought that's where we were going.
I thought we were going for it too. Yeah. So who's gonna do it? Who's gonna cut the arm?
Wait, we're not there yet. We're
Out. I'm sorry. We're still at
your socks arm mocking it.
We're still at poking it with a stick. I get it. I'm sorry. I forgot.
You're poking it with a stick, sharp stick.
Oh my God. This can only be what good.
I still have the cleaver.
Yeah, don't poke it with a cleaver yet. I just poke it with one of these little prongy things and see what happens.
Cordea's trying to get away from the door with the cleaver. She's gonna get that look in her eye. But Cordelia's changed since she's come down here offering I don't know what else to.
She found her real passion.
She's like, this is what I've been looking for in all those digs is some freaky shit. This
is now my mess and I have to clean it up.
Exactly. So you're poking at it. Make me, I guess, an intelligence check as you're just poking around with a little prong.
I got
kind of a deal. Got a deal. Okay, so you're poking at it with a little prong, and like, you're not. You said you're not doing enough to poke the skin, but you're definitely pushing in. On it. Yeah. Okay, so as you push in on it, like the ring. Like tightens and contracts and tightens and contracts and expands and starts to wrap around her arm. Make me a sanity check again, Margot, as you lose 2 points of damage. As the thing's basically ripping through your underskin.
Made my sanity.
Okay. Yeah. Take another take me another point of sanity. Lose another point of sanity, and you lose 2 points again as this thing is like ripping through your subdermal layer of skin. And like basically gone from like a concentric ring to like wrapping around her arm.
Is it progressing beyond the tourniquet?
No, we'll say like the tourniquet's up high up here, so it's like wrapped around your arm, like right, about where it was. It's gone from a spiral to now wrapping around your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's definitely something in there, like I don't know what it is.
I look at Sheila and say, Surgery time.
Okay. So Sheila's going to look and see if there's anything that we can use to numb her up a little bit in this laboratory.
I mean,
I'm
no.
gonna
Barry, you gotta have some alcohol.
There is flour on the head.
I mean, I got whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I knew you.
Barry's
two
got
would
some
have
whiskey.
something.
Barry's got some whiskey. So are you tilting up the bottle there, the flask there, Margot? Okay. Make me a luck roll as you're doing that.
Good stuff.
I'm good.
Perfect. Is exactly what I need you to do. So you're turning up that thing, and like you're and like Sheila's like got your hand is like stretching it out. Who's gonna like do this thing? Who's gonna do it?
What are you doing there?
So has anybody else got first aid skills or medicine?
So I have a first aid of 30.
So do I.
Yeah.
Same.
All right.
Someone can aid though.
A little bit of that whiskey for me. And all right, here we go, guys.
Matt, I will. If we're really going to do this, I'm going to hold Margot down.
Okay. All right. So you're like basically like using your size and just like holding her down across the table.
Yeah.
I just need someone to make the chop. That's all I need. It's not a roll. I just need somebody just to commit.
I'm doing it.
Do you cut like at the elbow, or where do you cut at? Right at the elbow.
Right at the elbow.
Like right at the joint.
No. I'm gonna go just below
Just below. Okay. So give her a little bit of a nub. All right. A little bit. All right. So, but before like the ring's like halfway down the arm.
Right before the ring.
Okay. So you chop right through it just like you're supposed to. It's a heavy cleaver. It's made to do this thing, So it chops right through.
Hey Matt, as soon as she does that, I want to grab her lower arm and throw it in the fire.
Into the furnace. The forge. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, hopefully I won't get any blood on Barry over there.
I know, right? Hey. I mean, these are still your. At least it's not your. At least it's not your working suit.
Sure.
But so shit. Margot takes 6 points from the chop, takes 6 points from the chop, and 1 point from the burning damage, as they throw your arm into the fire. I would throw your stump into the. Are you throw the arm or her stump into the fire?
The arm. Are you doing the arm?
Are you throwing the?
She just lost her arm, right? So I'm picking that up, throwing it into the fire. I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm not putting her. I'm letting them do the first aid. I want whatever's alive in her arm to meet the fire.
Ah, okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I thought you were like putting her nub into the.
No. I figure they have a plan for that.
They have no plan.
I got a plan.
Let's burn Margot's what you're going with. I see.
So you're moving over there towards the fire. Actually, I just need you to make me like a hard dex roll as you grab up the arm and move it over towards the forge.
A hard dex roll, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like that. Well, no, I get a success. It's too many for me to spend to make it.
Okay, so you're like moving. You're I mean, you're a little queasy. This is Margot's arm. It's going to be hard to have a relationship with the lady who's now currently handicapped.
I think always
it's just going to be. You'll have a bonding experience. Remember that time that we had to cut your arm off? Remember that time? You get like halfway over towards the forge with the arm, and it's like limping there like an arm would do, and like that thing, it's like a large, thick globular worm just oozes out of the arm.
Oh.
Fuck, it's out.
It drips onto the floor. Yeah, and like more like drip and oozes out onto the floor. And it's like it's almost like that scene in Alien where the little alien's like on the table, but it's this long, like half worm, half puddle of ooze kind of thing. It's like squirming now on the floor.
All right, I'm going to step back.
I need you to make me a sanity check, actually, if you see that happening. Barry, you're probably right in front of him seeing this happen, too. So I need you to make me a sanity check.
Sure, yeah. Oh, sanity.
Yeah.
Voluntarily barf. That's cool. I mean,
all right. Lose one. How did you do, Jim?
I made it.
Okay. So you both lose one as this thing now is like oozing around and moving around, squiddling around on the floor. Margot, you're seeing this and you just pass slick out between the pain and seeing this thing. You just your head desk, involuntary head desk on the ground.
I'm gonna yell. I'd like to yell at Umberto. Step on it.
Stop! Yeah, because he's over there. He's over there, bellows guy. Sheila did not give him permission to move from the bellows yet. So, Alfred, Sheila, you guys, Alfred, Sheila, Cordelia, like you see this as well.
Oh my god! Running over and just like I probably get the chain, right?
Yeah.
I'll smack at the thing on the ground.
Oh, nice. All right. But Sheila's, I think, has a higher dex. She has like a 90 or something.
I think so, but yeah.
So go ahead, Supergirl.
I am focused on getting Margot to stop bleeding.
Oh, that's right. So you're holding her down. Yeah. Keeping her from falling down.
So I'm going to yell over. Yeah, I'm going to yell over to Barry. I'm going to be like, give me some hot metal. I need to cauterize her arm.
All right.
So there's you grab like the poker that you've got in the fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alfred, I need you to make me a fighting roll to smash this chain down on it.
34. That's a normal success.
Excellent. Roll me a d6.
D6. All right.
Plus your damage bonus.
I don't have a damage bonus, but that's 6.
Because you're an antiquarian. You lift books. That's all you lift. But
get it, Alfred. Get it.
A lot of books.
But how much did you do on your damage again? I'm sorry.
6 damage.
6 damage. So it like splatters, like this ooze just splatters across the floor. But it's starting to reform. Pull
Bring
back
that
together.
poker over here. Bring that poker over here.
Make me a sanity check, please.
I make it by a lot. So.
By a lot. Okay. Good. Cordelia, you're seeing all this happen again. Are you staying put?
I am.
Okay.
Throw the acid on it.
That's a good idea. Throw some acid on it.
Some of the acid on it.
Some
of the acid. Throw some of the acid on it.
It's a small little thing. Yeah. That's probably not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. So Margot, Barry's over there trying. Margot's out. Barry's trying to cauterize the wound. Alfred hit it with a chain. Umberto, do you want to grab like a bowl of the acid that's being made?
Yes. Yeah. If it's back to me, then I will grab a bowl of the acid, and I'll actually like stand close and wait until it kind of reforms, and then I'll pour it on it.
Look at you just being all cool and stuff. I'll give it time.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
But yeah, it does a trick. There's no roll to pour liquid out of a bowl. You just pour it on it, and it dissolves into nothing, into the cracks of the floor. Yeah. So good job. Good idea. Margot is out. How many hit points do you have, if any? You have 3 hit points. 3 hit points. Anybody can do a first aid on her to try to get her a couple back.
Yeah. I'll do a first aid. All right. That is a 44, and I have a 50.
That'll work. You get 2 points back, and you are conscious.
Thank you. Yay.
So you're a little pale.
Pink.
Armless.
You're a,
What's
you're a little pale, armless, and you got you're. I guess basically they're cinching like the arm up to your body, with like some like their handkerchiefs, or several people have handkerchiefs, so they're tying them together and like basically making some sort of a rudimentary sling, and cinching it towards your body, and using the handkerchiefs to kind of wrap it off. You'll die of infection in about 3 weeks, but you're fine right now.
Yeah. Hey, man, I will take a second and use psychology to let her know that I think we all think that this was the best thing after what just came out of her arm.
Make me a psychology roll.
Okay, good. I'm going to spend enough luck to get a success on that.
All right. Good deal. So you're talking her down. You actually get like a point of sanity back. Like everybody gets a point of sanity back, as you guys feel like you've made some forward progress here on this. And Umberto, the well-learned man that he is, speaks because he is a very well-spoken man, very eloquent man. And he assures you that you are on the right path. You had no choice. You don't know if you had enough time, to stop this from happening. Actually, you do, but it is a really tight window. But doing this is
back to making acid, guys. Yeah,
doing this is certain. So that's done. So we're like about into our 5th hour, 6th hour of making acid. You probably got like Margot kind of propped up in the corner, just kind of out of action for a bit. Give her one of those sandwiches you got in the picnic basket there, Cordelia. But,
I was just going to say that we should all probably eat this food
Yeah.
that I have with me.
Yeah, she's got like some sandwiches and some pop and stuff in the picnic basket. And
Definitely give Margot a majority of the cookies.
yeah, get some blood sugar up. Yeah, give her some of the cookies. Some of those famous Amos cookies or something. Some chocolate chip famous Amos cookies. But so that's being done. And it's about 6 hours, and you've got maybe like 5 to 6 inches in the tub. It's enough for a shallow bath. And you don't know how big this boy is.
We're rolling time, so.
I mean,
What do you guys think?
Was there any material left around that we could use to move the water? Like, was there anything left in the miners' material that they used to move water? Any leftover metal that we could bend into like a trough or something to get the water closer at least to us for us to move?
Oh no, nothing like that. Like from the spring to the tub? No.
Yeah, no.
No, it was that's what he had all those servants for. Get my water. But yeah.
I say we take our shot and go for it right here.
Is there any way to make that liquid more concentrated? I know we only have so much, but can we make it more concentrated?
Not from what you've built so far. You're like you've used like 75% of the materials that to make this much. So to make it concentrated would be a foregone conclusion at this point. Like if you worked for another couple of hours, you could probably get enough to make it, like an 8-inch bath. Or you're at the point you're like, it's a shallow bath now, guys. Is this enough, or should we keep going? Is basically what I'm asking you guys.
So we do have a time clock, right? That we're trying to beat, like
12 hours, and like
12 hours.
a good 7 of it is gone already. Yeah,
I'm good with the shallow bath.
Let's get out of it.
Tired anyway.
it's been a day.
Can we make just what was it called? The chemical composition, yes, aquaporous. Can we make the equivalent of holy water into us?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I mean, the thing is like it's full on acid. and all you really have to carry around him in is like glass beacons. I mean, you could probably use like your flasks, empty out your flasks, but Barry'd be like, "Hey,
We
hey."
have a pop can for everyone that should be made of glass, right?
Pop bottles, yeah. You have some pop bottles.
Good point.
I've lost
But
an
again,
arm.
this-
I'm feeling adventurous.
I got nothing else left to lose. Well, I mean,
Make a little more
the
than
rest of
have,
my body.
like grenades or.
What did you do? What'd you do with the arm? Did you throw it in the fire? Is it still sitting over there, just kind of like laying in the corner?
Yeah, sizzling.
So like the smell of like cooking human flesh is
Yeah.
that's not pleasant. That's not pleasant at all. That's not good. Remember that time you got too close to the oven and you burned your eyebrows? Yeah, it's that smell. It's never a good smell.
I'm feeling hungry.
Well, I mean, you only got like half a sandwich. I mean,
Yeah.
she's trying to ration this out. She's only got so many sandwiches. Yeah, I mean, you probably, you have at least 6 bottles of pop around. But I mean, if you take that down, then you're going to take it down some of the bath to like 4 inches.
Yeah, I say we got
Yeah,
we've got what we
okay.
can do. I think let's just do it.
Yeah, because you're going to have to, fish in there with like the tongs to fill up the bottle. You can't just like reach down in there. It's acid. It's full on acid.
Was there any more information in any of the other books that might have lent us any idea of what we're up against?
You know, basically, like those were servants, much like Digby. So you're expecting more undead things, kind of like him. Yeah.
All right, we probably have to cut some heads off then.
Some more of the Z word.
Yes.
So and we have one gun, and just to make it easy for everybody, everybody's got something big, iron and heavy, or iron or heavy. That's going to do about D8 damage plus your damage bonus. You got something that you can swing, plus Sheila's gun. She has she only fired 1 shot, so you have like the full clip, like 7 shots in the clip still, and probably another clip. I think you got 2 clips.
I got
All of them's got Barry's name on it, but we're going to get right past that. But
Not body.
We'll talk later.
Hey man, I would like to see if I could make my big iron club also into a torch.
that, yeah. You want to like sacrifice like a jacket or something like that to the cause?
That's perfectly fine.
You can totally do that. Yeah, I mean, it's just limited materials that you have. And I remember, I did go through the chat, like the tools that you were working. Again, you only saw like the hand, like digging through, hand coming out of the dirt. You didn't see any tools sticking out. I mean, if somebody wanted to go in there and dig in there and try to find a tool or two, you could have done that during this time. That's entirely up to you. But I mean, you guys have got something big, iron and heavy to do the job with. They had like spades and some crowbars, which is just about basically what you've got, something big and heavy. So we're at the door. Are we going to go through the door in the laboratory, or are we going to go through the padlock door?
Which one's smaller?
The one in the laboratory.
Probably that one. I'd imagine it's a shorter trip to drag him through.
Probably.
There's
It looks like
also
it's
fire.
further in the room. Yeah.
There's also
Yeah.
fire close by to us if we go through.
Yeah.
this way.
You can bring more fire, and you got the furnace and stuff. Yeah. The
We
forge.
could, I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't even know if it's a good idea, so I don't know if I'm for it, but we could try to split up and go through both doors at the same time.
Mm.
And whoever gets to the remains first just tries to haul their way back here to the acid.
No.
I mean,
Don't split the party. Don't
GM's always in favor of splitting the party.
never split the party. Never
If you Barry's like, if I know one thing, this, yeah. Keep the group together. Keep the group the band plays better music.
Like I said, I'm not pushing it hard. I just thought that one group might be a distraction for the other.
Probably bottle.
A distraction, as in bait. But yeah, we only have one amulet, guys.
So maybe not go in 2 different doors, but we could send somebody over to kind of rattle around the chains on the front door to pull them away.
Draw them over there. You can try. I don't know if that'll work, but
I needed to just stop camera and keep my poker face from going. But yeah, go ahead.
Or we can just play poker at some point. My thought is they're drawn to us and that amulet, and they're not actually going to.
Amulet at one end. And then
we should all really stay together, probably.
Yeah.
That would be for the best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds like we're just going through this door.
Yeah. Little door.
All right.
So are we gonna make any kind of barricade or anything so that?
Not a bad idea. We could push a table over in front, maybe let them come to us, and
yeah.
Is there any leftover acid from all of this stuff?
The door actually pushes out into the room, and you've got a bar across it. So the door's once you pull the bar away, you're going to have to pull the door in, or something's going to push it in.
We can put a table alongside, so they kind of have a corral that they have to come in, so they can't come in and just immediately spread out.
Make a choke point kind of a deal.
Yeah,
because they're all going to be not crawling underneath the table. That makes sense. Yeah, immediately crawling underneath the table. Yeah. It's not a bad idea. So
is there any unused acid from all of this stuff? Because we could pour some acid right at the door, so as they cross, they step into the acid a little bit.
I don't want to use any of the acid that we're using for the big guy.
Not from the tub itself. Not from the tub itself, but from the other stuff that we were making stuff for the tub. Or have we used everything left?
You would have to spend some time making some more. You've used a bunch now, and you would have to make some more for that. Yeah, you literally just made this last batch, and you're like, okay, let's go.
Wait, so we have a bellows, right?
Yeah.
And we have some Zippo fluid.
Yeah.
And we've got fire.
I like it. I like it
when you're getting creative.
I don't.
I'm just saying, it's not the worst idea.
I have some handkerchiefs. We could make Molotovs.
I've got a few too.
Yeah.
Molotovs with what? The remaining alcohol?
I think we have gas or fuel for it, but
I mean, you only have a couple of Zippos of fluid. I don't think anybody has any lighter fluid on them, like a container of lighter fluid. You're probably going to get two squirts out of this bellow, and that's going to be about it.
I mean, a torch.
I mean, I shouldn't be telling you this. I should just let you do it and just have 2 squirts and be fucked. But anyway, I'm just trying. I'm trying to be the voice of reason.
We could scrape the fat out of that arm that's on the floor and use that as a real.
Umberto, what are you saying about your life here?
I read about it one time in this story.
So, how heavy is the sledgehammer?
There's no sledgehammers. They're more like shop hammers, short handle, heavy end.
Okay, I thought I heard you say sledgehammer.
No, there's no sledgehammers, but they're like a shop hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing. Do we have a long stick or something like that in here?
If I only had a 10-foot pole. No.
Not 10 feet, but yeah. Something like that?
A what?
3 feet, something like that, piece of wood or so. Would be.
Yeah, one of the table legs is probably about that.
All right. Yeah, if there's a spare table leg around, I'm going to grab it, put it next to the bathtub, and I'll say, all right, we can use this. We'll hold down Waitley if he's still moving. We'll have this ready here and just hold him down with
it. That's what the chain was for.
That too. I mean, but we can't really hold him down with the chain.
Yeah.
Once he's in there, we put this. One of us holds him in.
Yeah, I got it.
The tree dissolves. Slash him around, get him all acidy.
Use the fat from the arm. Oh my god, that's the worst. See, you get those little globular fat pieces of fat. It's kind of like the jujubes from the bubble tea. I've heard, but anyway, we're gonna go past that.
You know what you're getting for Christmas, right, Matt?
I'm getting all bubble tea all day long. I feel that I'm joining the bubble tea club. You're
gonna get some swag, sir.
Ooh, I'm gonna create a bubble tea club. Matt loves boba.
I've got a challenge here. I'm finding one just for that. Every type of boba that's out there is going to find its way to the door, sir.
I think I've told everybody except for Devlin the bubble tea incident, but it's epic and it's telling. Oh my god, that's the worst 5 minutes I've had at Origins in my life. The worst and best. So great.
Oh boy. All right, so we will at least put the barrier up so that we're corralling him in.
Okay. Open the door. Mara will probably stand up near the door to keep them at bay, and then we move the barrier, right? I like that.
Got it. So who's going in? Somebody has to go in and get the body out.
I think once we stay there and just take his
take them on as they come in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So whoever's getting the body out should probably have the amulet. Whoever's getting the body out should probably have the amulet on them, so they are not going to be attacked or have a smaller chance of being attacked than the others.
Got it. Exactly. Barry's like, I volunteer. I mean, he's volunteering. I mean, you're seeing your opening, Sheila. I'm just saying.
I want the amulet.
I think I'm gonna go in.
Oh man, Cordelia's like, nah.
She's got a taste for it now.
Nah.
This is my family's problem. We're going to fix it.
You married into the family. Come on, really?
I mean, you're an in-law at best, Barry. I mean,
you're an in-law.
I've got the chain. I go in and drag him. My great grandfather.
Your ankle, Alfred. Your ankle.
Nice.
I mean,
right.
I will.
Are you sure?
I'll be there by your side, my dear.
Nice.
Drag him.
All right. So, only.
I'm gonna lean over to Barry and I'm gonna be like, so as soon as they go down, we rush in.
So. We know the gold's in there, right? We looked everywhere else. There's no gold. The gold's in there, right? Gold's in there.
Right.
I can smell it. I can smell it in there. But now again, this is a fairly narrow door. Only like two people are going to be able to stand side by side and fight off those things. So who are my two fighters?
I'll be one of those guys. I'm out here with my thing like this.
So I see Sheila and Umberto throwing up hands to do that. So I take it like Alfred and Barry are going to be moving the door and the table kind of a deal. Cordelia staying there with like the amulet. All right. So we have that plan. So that all happens. Alfred and Barry, you guys are like doing you're like removing the bar from the door, and like Barry's getting ready to slide on over with the table kind of a deal. I need both of you to make me a luck roll, please.
Success.
I made it.
Yep.
Got it. So it works like you had planned. Fortunately, like you remove the bar, get the door open, and you see like about 3 feet into the room, there's these undead things. Like imagine Night of the Living Dead, but worse because they're desiccated and ancient. Like zombies like walking trying to get closer to you, but there's like an imaginary barrier about 6 feet from Cordelia that they can't seem to get past. Like an invisible sort of barrier. They're just like they're about 6 feet away from Cordelia. She's like standing there holding the medallion, all stoic like. Cordelia, very good job. And Barry slides the door the the table across it, making like, I guess you're sliding it like flat side to the door.
Barrier.
Yeah. There you go. So like they can only come over like halfway. So okay, Cordelia, are you like stepping back to let them like try to come into the doorway?
Can we just walk them back with that amulet and just pull the?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about just stepping forward and seeing what happened.
If you step forward, they move back.
The remains out instead of.
There's like 8 of them.
Damn.
They're all shuffling around. There's like 8 of them that you see like in like the torchlight. I'll imagine you guys are basically like using torchlight, saving your flashlights, I guess, for if you needed it.
I mean, I'm not against fighting them, but if we could just walk in there and like put them in a corner and drag the remains out, I'm better with that.
You got to put baby in a corner? Okay.
Yeah.
So can I just kind of
in the corner,
corral them all into one area and let other people?
You can certainly try.
Can I try and do that? Yeah.
You can certainly try.
I'll walk beside Cordelia if she does this, and be like her protector.
I will as well. Yeah.
One comes at her.
Got it. So Barry's like, are you staying on this side of the table? You're not going in?
Okay.
That's my man. That's my man, Barry. That's my man. You're like, I mean, y'all are like really lucky he's just not shutting the door on top of you. I'm be 100% dead honest with you. He'd be like, what? No, it'd look bad. No.
Can't hear you.
Nice. So anyway, so let me give you like kind of like a rough layout of room. So it's a room a little bit bigger than the one you guys are in. So I want to say it's like from the corner that you guys are at, you're like in the top right corner of the room. It goes down a little bit further past the wall of the laboratory. It goes down, I want to say, about 50 feet, and it goes across from the doorway about 30 feet. And it's like that side of a square room is like 30 by 50 room. Down at the other end of the wall, the far not the far wall away from the door, but the wall like opposite of like the lab back wall, where like the spring is. There's like a large like obsidian sort of like square sarcophagus, obviously coffin sarcophagus kind of thing, made out of just like black obsidian kind of a deal. And there's all these niches carved into the walls where like certain remains have just like wasted away to nothing, and some of them are empty, because they're now milling about the room. That kind of a deal. So yeah, there's like 8 of them in the room, and they back up a little bit as you move closer towards the doorway. Now, are you guys using basically like torchlight at this point, or have you gone back to your flashes? Okay, torchlight. Okay, so you're using torchlight. So that is a little dangerous, but we're going to go with that.
My flashlight out actually, so I can get a longer.
You're a man of science. There you go.
Yeah.
So you're using your flashlight, which it's safer, but it's more fragile. So there's give and take on that.
We should definitely go with OSHA standards while we're.
I know.
I know. I hate that we're breaking those rules.
Well, I'm just like waving live flame around. You can catch one of your friends on fire. I'm just saying, you guys have not been trained in dungeoneering. Like the games you guys play on Saturday nights. But so is that what we're doing? We're going in a room and like basically trying to back them up into the far corner and then just like have at them.
I think so.
Oh, I thought we were just going to try and get the body that we needed to find out without having to actually engage with them.
Yes.
Oh. Yes,
yeah, back them into a corner, get the body out, and then just fucking lock the door again.
Yeah, just don't leave the 6-foot sphere of influence of which I have against these creatures.
Okay. All right. So that
we'll see.
That will We can certainly try. So you're backing these guys into a corner. I need you to make me a power check. You're basically you're just like you're not sure if this is helping or not, but you're like like you're willing this to happen. You're like mentally telling them to back up as you're moving forward.
29 out of 80.
Nice. So you're like clenching that jaw and like get back. Spawn of the devil, blah blah blah. That kind of a deal. And it is working. Like you got like torch in one hand, amulet in the other, and you're backing them up. So they are moving back into the corner, kind of a deal. So that is working. You're as one's trying to move away, you're like shuffling, trying to get it back into there, kind of a deal. So that seems to be doing the trick. Like you're getting them away, kind of a deal. Who's going for the sarcophagus?
I'll go up there, but I say, all right, the sarcophagus is there. Let's go in that direction.
Okay, who's going with you? Because Cordelia is busy.
I'll go.
I'm going to hang fairly close to Cordelia just to make sure things.
Okay, you got like your club, and like if anybody it starts to break loose. All right, so who's going with Alfred? Was it Sheila? Because Barry's at the door.
Yeah,
Barry's
I
not
know.
moving. Barry's not moving from the door.
Nope.
Yep. All right, I'll do it.
All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna kind of give him a.
What?
I'm gonna. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna just. All right, you get your gun ready. I'm getting the chain. I'm gonna.
Okay, so you got like the chain. You going to put down your flashlight, or what are we doing? Because this is like a two-handed kind of a job.
Hold the flashlight.
Huh? Oh, Sheila's holding the flashlight.
Hold the flashlight.
Flashlight and gun. Sheila's holding flashlight and gun.
Okay.
Now, there is like a stone lid, like a
Shit, okay.
obsidian stone lid on this thing. It's not open.
I'll try it myself first.
Strength check.
6 out of 65.
Wow. You slide across like it's no thing.
Damn.
You slide across like it's no thing, and you got your arms. You look into the stone sarcophagus thing, and there is like these ancient remains, these bone remains, that's in like some sort of like dark remains of like a tattered sort of robe that's that's long disintegrated away almost to nothingness. But the bones are like have this weird greenish glow about them. They're like pulsing with some sort of eldritch energy.
Pulling the chain around me.
So you're reaching around and getting that done, and like one of the alcoves, like a hand reaches out from the alcove to grab your arm as you're trying to wrap the chain around him.
All right.
Make me a dodge check if you can, or fight back.
I think I'll probably just get the hell away from it. I failed my dodge check.
Oh my god! So this thing like grabs your arm, and it has like, the strength from beyond the grave, kind of a deal. Like it clamps onto your arm like iron, and just keeps compressing, and like your arm is like, it's like trying to crush your arm. As I roll serious damage, and Sheila, you're seeing this happen. As this is going on, so you get 4 points of damage as I basically hairline fracture your arm.
All right.
What's your hit point total?
4 left.
You have 4 left.
Yep.
So you only had 8.
Yeah, because I took 2 damage. Spring max.
Okay, I was considering like for your max sanity. I just wanted to make sure you didn't pass out, because if it's like half of your max health, I have to make you make a con roll, but we're not there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm below
Your max health.
Yeah. I'm below. I didn't take my max half my max health, but I'm
Got it. So yeah, it like you hear like the arm like pop and crack.
Hey, I know we splinted your sprain too. Did you not get a hit point back for that?
Oh,
Probably. You got to point back from that
all right.
easily.
I have 5.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, we did do that. We did do
Yeah,
that.
sure.
So Sheila's gonna attack.
So you're going to go pow?
No, I'm gonna take the hammer.
Okay. So you're
I
putting the
have-
gun away? You putting the gun away, or did you have the hammer out the whole time?
Well, I'm putting the gun away and getting the hammer out
Okay.
because I've seen a gun not do anything to the undead before. So
All right. So you're going to be around doing that, basically. You're
That's
putting your gun in your bag, grabbing out the hammer, kind of a deal.
can I try to pull him away?
You can do one or the other.
I'm going to try to pull him away.
Strength
I'm
roll,
gonna try to
please.
pull him away.
Strength roll, please.
All right. Dice. 34, and I have an 80 strength, so that is a hard success.
Excellent. So you're pulling him away from the alcove, and the arm is latching on as well. So you're pulling out like this torso out of the crypt, the little niche in the wall. So like this torso is like hanging on, and it's just you're dragging it out along with it. So it's still clamped onto the arm, kind of a deal. So you're pulling all that out.
And
So this is all
that I could attack.
that's the thing I'm getting to. Like, Cordelia, I need you to make me a luck roll, please, as all this is happening.
You're on mute.
You're muted, buddy.
68 out of 75.
So you did make it, and you seeing like these things milling about, like they're trying to find a way to get past the amulet. So you're not sure if you want to do that or like maintain guard over these things, because if one of them starts to break away, like all hell is going to break loose. Barry, what are you doing at the door?
Waiting.
If only she trusted you with the gun, right? I'm just saying.
I know, right? If only I could shoot in. So, but
Good.
I'm going to wait.
Nah.
I have an important job. I'm holding the line.
You are holding the doorway open. You're the keeper of the way. You're now the keeper of the way. Keeper of the gate. Keeper of the gate. Opener of the way. Exactly. Cordelia, were you saying something? I'm sorry. I cut you off.
Oh, I was going to throw my pop bottle of acid on the floor at the zombies.
At the zombies?
Yeah.
All right. Make me a throw roll, which is going to suck. I've made a special house rule for throw rolls, because most people's throw rolls suck. That you can pitch it underhand and roll it at a bonus, and no one will laugh as you throw it underhand.
I would definitely throw it underhand.
So you're pitching it underhand for more accuracy. You basically let you roll twice and pick the better.
All right. 26
That sounds pretty good.
and a 20.
That sounds pretty good. So 20. I think the throw is maybe a 20 or 30 if you have points in it.
Throws 20. So yeah.
20. So you just made it with the second roll. So thank goodness you did pitch it underhand. So yeah, you splash it on it, and it starts to dissolve like one of the things, and they get into like a frenzy at that point as like one of their things are disintegrating like right in front of them, stuff like that. They're all like, oh, I need you to make me a power check to kind of keep these things under control. And Umberto, again, you're seeing this all happening, and you're like, which one do you want to do? 56 under your
80. Yeah.
Excellent. So you're basically back. Jim, you're kind of stuck between two crises. What are you looking at here?
I think I will take a chance though and attack the one that has his arm.
Okay. So you're going to have to break away from him, go across the room, and get that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So go for it.
So I did hit a success.
A success. So okay, you're hitting it with the iron poker, I guess.
Flaming iron bar.
Oh, nice. So roll me a D8 plus your damage bonus if you have any.
Oh, damn, I didn't take out a D8. My fault.
Not a problem.
There we go, D8.
That was loud.
That is 9 points.
9 points?
Yeah.
9. Plus your damage bonus? All right.
Well, I have a D4 damage bonus. That's how.
Nice. So you hit it, actually, and roll me another D4, please.
Okay.
For flame.
And another 4 points.
Excellent. So that's not like all happening at one point, but you're going to be doing 4 points to it over the next couple of rounds. As you're lighting it on fire, like the remains of the clothes and stuff is lighting up on fire, and then it's going to start cooking what's left of the flesh, and so on and so forth. So yeah, you like clubbed it away from its body. So basically, like it separates at the elbow, kind of like when Margot's used to this. So it separates at the elbow and then lets go. Once you separate the body from the.
Is there something is too early for PTSD?
Exactly. You're like, been there, done that.
Traumatic syndrome.
So Margot, you're back in the lab. I guess you're looking past Barry. I guess I don't know. I don't know if you'd be in here.
I'm actually going to be on the other side of the table as Barry and trying to find things to throw at these things if I can get a clear shot.
Oh, okay, all right. The problem is like Cordelia's in the way with like the amulet. You don't want to, but you're ready. You're ready to throw something in there. You got like a torch.
And the cleaver.
You got the cleaver, and you probably like a bottle of acid or whatever like that. Yeah, or Molotov or whatever. Yeah. So that's fine. So yeah, you're there at the door. Being much more looking like you're helpful than Barry. Barry's just like.
I'm prepared. All right, I'm being prepared. That's all I have to do. Yeah.
Prepare to close this door. I'm prepared to close.
Too.
Margot's only got one arm. You're pretty sure you can take her as she closes this door. So yeah. I'm just saying.
You want action? Yeah, seriously. As an action, I'm gonna light a cigarette.
There you go. And we got Johnny Bench over at the door, but
Barry's not invited to brunch next week.
Alfred never did approve of Barry anyway.
I mean, he's shiftless, but goddamn. So anyway,
his moments.
He does have his moments. So Alfred, are you trying to, as you got pulled away, are you trying to go back towards the coffin again with Sheila, or what are we doing?
Is the skeleton still on my arm?
It let go like once it got separated from the blow.
That's fine. Yeah, I will run up. I will run up there and just try to get the remains of what I think is weightless.
So you're like wrapping it by the ankles or something, or by the head, or
just like wrapping it up quickly, and then I'm just gonna try to pull.
Where though? Like which end?
I'll say probably like around the rib cage. Can I just there's a lot of spots to like slots to stick it in, right, and wrap it up.
Yeah,
probably ain't tangled up in there.
Exactly. So that's being done. You're wrapping it up. Sheila's down there. Sheila's like shining the light down in there. Not that you really need it because it has its own little green little disco light inside the obsidian.
Actually,
thing.
So convenient.
Sheila knows she's a lot stronger than her brother, so she's gonna go over and help him.
Nice. You're like, it's like this, brother. I know the chain is heavy. I know it's heavy. So let me help you a little bit with that.
It's broken.
I know, right? It is. You do have a hairline fracture too. Yeah, absolutely. Nice. It does hurt. Margot's like, I got you beat, brother. I'm sorry. I got you beat. But as injured arms go. So Cordelia, I need you to make me another luck roll as Sheila and Alfred are trying to wrap this chain around it.
56 out of 75.
Look at you, you're solid. I should have knocked your luck down. Damn it. But anyway, you're holding them straight. You're keeping them in the mark. like you're supposed to. And Umberto, I guess you rejoin him, or you
That's
watching
right.
over?
I go back to Cordelia.
Okay, all right. So now Sheila and Alfred have got him wrapped up enough to pull him out of here. You don't know what's exactly what you're almost expecting him to react, but the guy said that he wouldn't move for like 12 hours, so you got time. So you're almost he's got that weird glow about him. You're just swearing like any minute this thing's going to grab your arm or something like that. Freaky stuff's going to happen. But you pull him out and you're dragging him across the way, and and as they see like their master being dragged out again, like they're like trying again to push against the barrier kind of a deal. Make me another power roll, Cordelia. I'm waiting for. I just need you to fail one. One fail.
Cordelia.
Good luck.
I'm sorry, man. I got a 31 this time.
Nice.
Nice.
Stoic.
I picture Cordelia is like 4'9".
This lady. Unbreakable will. This lady.
Unbreakable will. So they're like, and you're like, no, back up. I got the aim. I got the aim. So you're doing the job, and so they're getting the body out, so Barry, are you moving the table to the side so they can bring the body on through?
Absolutely.
All
right.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks.
Clutch
move of moving the table. I'm sorry, Chris. We played this whole game, and that's like literally been your whole action. Is like move the table to block the door, and move the table away. That and work the bellows has been your whole game. I'm sorry, man. We just we totally put you in the corner.
I'm totally shitting on you to Sheila. Also, wow, your useless husband better move that. Thanks, Barry.
I love it.
Free bag of a husband.
I know a good attorney. We're out of here.
It's so funny because the backstory that Matt gave me for Sheila states how much Alfred hates Barry.
Like you're literally trying to slide her a card, attorney at law. But
this person, my arm.
my arm. This person. Yeah. So you're dragging the body across. Okay, so now they're getting the body out. Are you guys backing out of the room now, Devlin? And
that's what I figured.
Cordelia and Umberto, you basically like backing out of the room and slamming the door shut again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's make me another. I just need luck rolls from both of you this time.
Both of those?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm gonna fail that pretty big.
You got it. And Cordelia, you got yours, of course. Of course, you got yours, right?
I got a 72, which is under 75. So yeah.
Oh, so close.
I feel it. So you're coming.
Statistically, I'm gonna fail soon.
You did fail? I thought you said you nailed it.
I failed pretty big.
You failed pretty big, and you can't spend luck on a luck rolls.
That's right.
Yeah. So you got a little too close as you're backing out, and like one of them grabs you, or grabs at you. You can dodge or fight back.
Can I attack instead?
It's basically initiating the attack, so you can fight back or dodge.
Then I'll dodge.
Do I see this and can I throw something at it?
On your dexterity. So who's higher, Margot or Umberto?
75.
Same.
Okay, so you guys are both going to be happening at the same time, but I'm going to let Umberto do his thing first because it's happening right in front of him.
I dodged, but I missed my dodge.
Yeah, I rolled a 15, so I clamped down on you with iron vise, kind of deal. And another 4 points of damage as I'm clamping down on that arm. How's your hit points looking?
15?
No, 4 points. Oh, yours
4 points.
Roll the 15.
Oh, Okay, I'm good. I still got 10 hit points.
Okay, so he's not quite cracked your.
No, I got 12 actually.
Okay, yeah, you're Studley. That's right. You're like the Ernest Hemingway of writers.
Yeah.
Like you're like all Studley and everything. Yeah, you're out there like fighting bulls and shit. But yeah. So it's clamped down on your arm, and you're like, hey, back off, man. You know? But yeah, Margot, did you want to throw something at it? Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yes,
To get it to go well?
the flame thing.
Oh, this can only go well. Make me your throw roll, please.
70.
70.
I failed by 1. Yep.
You failed by 1. You have a set.
I failed that one. I failed by a lot.
Oh, I failed a lot. Yeah, but it wasn't like a critical fail. So like the torch like falls just behind them instead of in front of them. Like you put a little too much mustard on it, so it falls back behind them and it's like lighting up that area back there behind it. And it's like some of the rags and stuff in the niches. It's like lighting up that area, and it's working them up into a frenzy. And I need Cordelia to make me another power roll, please. I just need one fail. This is one fail. Huh?
49.
Fuck you, Cordelia. So basically, you got two choices. You can spend some time here and fight this thing off, or you can drag this one thing in with you and deal with it in the lab.
Just drag
bring it on.
I'm going to drag it.
Okay.
But instead, like if I can push Cordelia back as I go and be the last thing there, maybe they can just close the door right on its arm.
Okay, that's an idea. All right, so we're doing all that.
That's what I'm trying to do.
All right, so I need everybody again to make me a luck roll. I need Cordelia to make a luck roll, Jim to make a luck roll, and Barry to make a luck roll to close the door.
Yep.
I'm going to fail that luck roll again.
You win, buddy. 99.
I made it.
Barry?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I made it.
Okay.
So he's trying to push you back, and Jim's like pushing you. Umberto's pushing you back through the door and stuff like that. Barry's trying to get the table out of the way, again, and let you guys through and open the door. And you trip, Cordelia. You basically trip as you're moving backwards, and you fall, and like the amulet falls out of your hands. And these things just. As soon as it leaves your hands, they just swarm you. I mean, they're 6 feet away. They just got to like fall on you, basically. So there are 8 of them. Well, no, was there 7? Yeah, we dissolved 1. So there are 7. I am going to allow you guys to make either a dodge or fight back roll. Well, you really can't fight back because there's like 7. You can only fight back like 1. You're outnumbered. You really can't do that. So you can make a dodge roll to basically like, scoot on your butt out of the room. So make me those dodge rolls, Cordelia and Umberto.
Does she still have the amulet, or is it somewhere?
It fell out of her hand. She said that 99 is a critical failure. So that's like it fell out of her hand.
Is it in reach somewhere?
Yeah.
It's in the room somewhere. You're like looking around with like torches and stuff. But these things visible. Are on top of you.
It's not immediately visible. I'm not searching for it. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, she could be on top of it. You don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to spend around like doing a search rather than get the hell out, you can do that.
No, I'll make my dodge roll.
Okay.
I rolled a hard success, 13 out of 40.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed my dodge roll.
So Cordelia, you're basically like scooting back like on your hands and your ankles and stuff like that, like crab walking, you reverse crab walking back out of the door, kind of deal. Like, whoa, no. As you see Umberto getting drugged back into the room by the horde of zombies, and just you're getting like destroyed, Jim. I don't know what else to tell you. Like. It's bad. Like I had like 6 of them hit you. I mean, I could roll the damage, but it's bad. So 6, like you're literally like seeing Jim's character Umberto getting like he screams of terror as he's like literally getting like rended, torn apart in the room. and like they're just like destroying, like pulling him apart limb from limb.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to try? Yeah, I mean,
I guess I don't have time is the problem. I was going to say, yeah. I mean, I was just going to start swinging the fire like all around.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
You got a torch.
You were trying to dodge to get out of the room. You can't you're kind of having to do like the same kind of deal like he did. Basically get out of the room. Because you both failed your dodge checks. I mean your luck checks. And you failed your dodge check. You can try to fight off like two of them. I'll give you that. Option. Make me a fighting roll to see if you can't swing at two of them and get two of them to knock two of them away.
Well, to see, you know what? It might matter. So
it might.
30. I'm going to spend 3 luck and I'll get a hard success.
3 luck and get a hard success. So that's one batted away with flame, and it starts to it's remnants of clothes. It starts to light up really quick. Make me a second one as you're like basically doing this kind of a deal. See if you can contact somebody else.
Okay, on that I rolled an ot 3, so that's an extreme success.
Excellent. So you knocked 2 of them back. So basically that leaves me 4 that attacked you.
Roll damage on it and see if you put me down.
I know. So there's 6. There's 2. There's 4.
There it is.
And there's 5.
Yep.
So I'm -5.
Yeah. So they are pulling him into the room. I'm just rolling d6.
I'll take it. I like that death better than the other one.
It was a valiant death, right? You take 2 of them. 2 of them are like running around in the room on fire. Yeah. So they're casting plenty of light in the room as you're seeing him literally like they're clawing into his chest, like dark rivulets of blood and stuff like that is coming across. As like they are just rending him, like just as he's just like.
Thanks, Umberto.
Barry closes the door. Barry's like, so do we all split his share? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
We're all
Barry's doing math.
Barry's like,
we have to allow for a period of mourning. We'll discuss business later. All good.
So all that happened like in the span of like seconds. You're all are like so Alfred and Sheila, you're trying to hoist the body into the bath.
It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. Just go. You barely knew him, Margot. You barely knew him.
You got it.
You barely knew him.
Lift with your knees.
Yeah, I need you two to make strength rolls to kind of just hoist this guy into the acid bath.
26 out of 65.
15 out of 80. So that is an extreme success.
So you're lifting them up with your knees like like Sheila told you, but like Sheila's like. just dumps him in. Just dumps him in. And you can see like the biceps popping. She's like, she dumps him in. And yeah, there's this cloud of like green sort of like gas as this horrible shriek fills this lab, and like the arms and stuff is trying to move out.
Grab
of the
the
there you go.
Pulled him in. Sheila.
There you go.
Yep.
Got it. Nice. So you both are trying to like grab something. You got like your poker and stuff like that, I think, or hammer or whatever. You're trying to hold him down into the thing. Make me strength checks again as you're trying to hold this dude down. Your great grandfather.
I fail. I'm
7. 7. 0, 7. Yeah.
She like puts a finger on it.
Yeah, right there.
Hang out a while, buddy.
Right there.
I just called out choking from the.
Yeah. Actually,
I listened to Dad when he said go outside and play. I didn't hide in the closet and wait a bullet.
Love it.
Damn. You did take 2 more points of like acid damage each of you from the splashing around. You guys take 2 points of like burn. You got like acid burns on your arms. What they're saying is like splashing and stuff and like that. Not near as bad as Margot is, but you're marked. So yeah, this green, horrible, hideous cloud is coming in as this thing is like slowly dissolving into acid, and you're holding it down. Of course, as you're shoving it down, you're displacing the acid to where it's actually covering the body. It's basically like an emaciated skeleton at this point.
I'm gonna pause there. I'm almost dead here.
Yeah.
You guys,
so you're
kill Grandpa.
You're holding it down. Yeah, try not to choke on fumes and stuff like that.
You, Gramps. Yeah.
And yeah. So as it screams and like the green gas is like slowly dissipating out of the room, like through the cracks in the ceiling, you're hearing Cordelia. You're probably still at the door with Barry and them. You're hearing like 7 bodies like thump 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 on the floor, just as soon as that cloud dissipates. As bodies hit the floor.
I'm gonna
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of peek. I'm gonna kind of peek over there, and it looks like things are finished up with the acid bath, right? We can make that assumption.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna peek in and make sure that they're on the floor.
So yeah, you peek in and open the door as like Umberto's head rolls into the room. The eyes look up, like just the head. It's like all these teeth marks and stuff as it's chewed down, rolls over and just kind of looks like Margot, like we could have been something, baby, but couldn't happen.
I close the door back.
No. I'm looking for the amulet.
Oh yeah, there's the amulet. Yeah, the amulet's like about 3 feet in the door.
I'm gonna grab it.
I walk away.
Barry's got the amulet. Hot damn.
Get him a coat right now.
Nice. So you just slip it. I think you do have like a decent sleight of hand. You just like make that happen like nobody saw it. Yeah, go ahead and make me your sleight of hand roll.
Yeah, actually I do.
Yeah. Make amulet. I don't know where the amulet went.
I'm gonna spend 7 luck, so I did make it happen. So.
I don't know where that amulet went. I don't know. I never saw it.
So as I walk away, I very natural factly open this bag that I have with this one hand that I have, toss that skull away, take a book and shove it back in, close my bag and keep walking.
Okay.
I don't care the people's eye. What are they going to say to this recently one-handed person?
Nice. So that all happened. Again, you do see like the remain. I mean, there's like parts of poor Umberto like scattered everywhere, as like like the remaining zombies just like grabbed him and like make a wish, kind of a deal. And so like this one guy's got an arm, this guy's got a torso, that guy's got a leg, kind of a deal. It's just as grisly as you want to imagine. But based on everything you guys have seen already, I'm not calling for any sanity rolls. Like they're not doing any further damage to poor Umberto. He's as dead as he's going to ever get. But you do like look around in the niches and stuff, and you do come across like several of like boxes that are full of like like ancient old gold, like doubloons kind of deal. So you're looking amongst all that stuff, and yeah, you're looking at it, and you're just doing like rough estimates in your head, like antiquity value plus just gold value. I mean, you're looking at like $1.5 million. Which is a lot of money in 1920s time. 1927. I would suggest invest it because I would suggest invest it because everybody's investing now. It's
all in the stock market. It'll be fine.
Put it all in the stock market. It's going to be fine. A couple years, we will be rich.
It goes up.
Just keeps going. Everybody's investing now. Yeah, we're good. So the problem remains. Getting out. Yeah, getting out. So The problem is like as you try to like dig your way out from the tunnel entrance that you first came in, like more earth just kind of sinks in, and you're not sure how much further you can dig in until that whole wall becomes unstable. So you're not really cool about that. So you're there for like a day. You got like water, so you're okay there, and you're like rationing out the sandwiches. Comes the second day,
Can
and
we look around? Sorry, I was just thinking,
Yeah.
a door or something like that, or exit.
there's no other exit. There is no other exit. One way in, one way out. There's
Where is the
like
water coming from?
it's coming from a spring in like a little thumb hole, in the bottom of this little spring in the corner.
Can you get a way out from there?
It's coming right out of rock, so no.
So when we were working with the fire, though, the smoke was going out somewhere.
Yeah, there's like thin like cracks and stuff like that that the smoke is coming out of, but it's like no like vent or anything like that. There's like thin little cracks in the ceiling that is basically coming out of like a stone ceiling. So yeah, you're looking at that and weighing all your options. You're not really sure of any other way to get out there. You're like, well, surely, the workers will get to us or something. The other workers will know we're down here. Goes on the third day. You've run out of sandwiches and pops and stuff like that. All you're operating off of now is like the water. And you guys are fairly injured. You guys are pretty messed up. So that works on you guys keep trying to feebly dig out with like the few implements and stuff that you have, but again, the earth just kind of just covers back in what you're digging, and you're like you just know you keep trying. You argue with each other, and some fights break out, about the futility of it versus we got to do something. Comes about the fourth day, so it's been like 2 days without food, but you've got water. So you're a little cranky and irritable. So that keeps going on. A couple of you have probably gotten a little more irritated and trying to dig your way out. Still not happening. You're able to pull out two of the bodies, and get like a couple of their shovels. One of them broke, so you only have like one spade, and then you're like using like the blade of one of the shovels is like a scoop kind of a deal, kind of way to just kind of keep digging your way out. But it's again, you're like under a mountain, so you have no idea how much of this you've got to dig through. But you do make some progress in and like use some of the pieces up to kind of shore up what you're digging, but it's slow going. Again, you're working in the dark with very limited tools, kind of stuff like that. On the sixth day, like it's grim. It's very grim. You guys have designated your potty spot like on the second day, and all that stuff. But this is like 3 days without food, just operating on water. So it's rough. You guys are getting faint at times and stuff like that. What I would say, are we at the 6th day now? 6th day?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6th day. 6th day, you do hear noises on the other side, like digging noises and like, hey, is anybody down there? Kind of stuff like
that, guys.
Yeah. So you hear that, and basically, So you keep hearing it's like, is anybody in there? Shout out if you're down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it.
Back away. We'll dig this way out. And yeah, you do see like some picks and stuff coming through, and fortunately, you get the blast of fresh air on your face as some diggers come through and get you all out and carry you all out of there. And that's the game. You all survived except for Jim. I did get one. Well, 1.5. I'll take
Nice.
Margot's arm.
I mean,
our-
we did
Sorry.
technically have some meat, right? For
yeah.
I
Oh,
it
are we
doesn't what
are-
stays in the vault happens in the vault
are we,
stays in the
are
vault.
we having Margot sandwiches? Oh, that's Margot's like, you mothers. Yeah, we're not having none of that. But thank you guys for playing the game. If you guys want to hang on, we got a few things I want to go over, but I want to thank you guys for playing. Again, one of my grimmest, darkest games I think I've ever run. Thank you guys for surviving.
Very good.
Excellent. I am going to close this off, but again, thank you guys, and I'm going to close it off. We are at 3, 2.